J Squad.
We gotta find now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find That's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. We gotta find that's the first clue. That's the first clue.
We have a very
Yo, everybody, what's going on? You already heard a taste of it. There, we're gonna be watching the the DSP slash Asmongold debate. I don't even know what they're debating about. Thank you, Kamoji. I was worried you weren't gonna be there to tell me. Grizzle, what's up? Red Stain, the reason why I still don't DSP is the reason I still like Moist Critical more than Asmongold is because at least Charlie is not making his entire career political. True, true. Eric, DSP is a famous lolcow. He became famous for a couple of reasons. He was a huge e-beggar. He was always begging for money. In like some of the worst ways possible. And then he started his stream early, not realizing it, and jerked off on camera. So he's been a lolcow his whole career, but he's also been able to make it. And you know, people pay him even with the lolcow stuff in it. So this is going to be interesting. I've heard the internet has possibly said that he is the DSP is the winner, but I don't even know what they're talking about. So we'll get in there. Why do you have to mentally destroy me like that? I am here for you, Eric. I am here for you. I know dark sides of the internet way worse than that. Oh man. Let's not even get into bug chasing or any of that other weird shit that happens. So let's pull up. Boop. So for today, I'm not playing whatchamacallit, Raiders today. I completed my my expedition stuff yesterday, and all I really have left to do is quests and I guess to build up stuff. I'm waiting for the next events to come out. I might play some this weekend too, just because I enjoy the game, but I'm pretty much ready for the wipe in December. So I figured to try something else out here. A favorite game of mine that I love playing is Dwarf Fortress, even though I'm no good at this game. Here's my little starting colony. Trying to get beds made. I'm running out of food already. Only got a few drinks. So hopefully we can stay alive to start digging deeper. Finally got some of the production up and stuff out of storage. So, but while we're doing that, of course, diggy, diggy, dig. You can always keep digging. You never dig too deep. Boom, 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 boom. Asmongold. I finally confronted him. So I want to see what this is even about. Maybe he's going to try and go into his e-begging or something like that. So it's about an hour and a half if it gets to be, or hour, it's about 2 hours, excuse me. And if it gets to be like boring, too boring a part, we might skip through stuff. But hopefully it's keynote content.
We have a very important guest.
Asmongold, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about you? I've seen your videos on and off for the last 10 years, and now I'm talking to you. That's odd.
10 freaking years?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That you've been watching this stuff for that long. Now, hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
When you say you've been watching my videos,
you're right.
Are you actually watching my videos, or are you watching the detractor videos?
I'm watching videos of you.
So the question, I guess my question for you is, overall, after watching me for 10 years, what is your impression? Because I hear things all the time, but I hear it from a very isolated group. And I'm curious, as someone who's been an outsider watching this kind of content, like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, like, you know, the videos that I see, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a few of them, right? And a lot of people have opinions about the way that you stream. And especially about the way that you finance your streams. That's been a lot of people asking about this. Before we get into that, we got to get something straight.
Okay.
Can I just say it? Is it all right if I just, like, we just talk, like, straight?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so whenever you went on stream and you accidentally got caught jerking off, you got suspended by Twitch, right?
No.
What?
I was not streaming on Twitch.
I did not know that. Oh,
I was streaming on YouTube.
So you weren't streaming on Twitch when that happened?
No, I was
I
actually
thought he
not
was
a
on
Twitch streamer
Twitch.
at that time. I was only streaming on YouTube.
When is this debate
and
from?
nothing happened at all. I had zero repercussions
days
for
ago?
it because it wasn't. There was no nudity.
Or at least
there
this
was no
video was put up
sound,
2
it was
days
just
ago.
My O face, basically.
Right, of course. And so, why don't you stream on Twitch?
It's a good question.
I mean,
So,
wouldn't you just make more money? Like, I mean, you're streaming on Kick,
The
you're
way you
streaming on
finance your
YouTube.
streams.
Like, I mean, at least on Twitch, like, because here's the way I see it, right? Is that if you're streaming on Twitch, you can at least make some money from ads. But, like, if you're streaming on YouTube, how the fuck do you make any money? Because, like, you're going to get, like, fucking super chats, maybe, or, like, a subscription. But that's about it, right?
No. I mean, I get ad revenue on every stream that I do on YouTube.
Yeah,
you know,
but it's
as
not
if
like
it were a video playing.
Yeah, it's not like
It's like-
Twitch though.
like
Twitch pays
Twitch-
way more.
How the hell
Twitch
do you
pays-
finance something that's free to do? DSP is a character all to his own. If they found out later on, I don't know if he'll bring it up here, but they found out later on that the reason he was always begging for money is because he was addicted to a wrestling gotcha game and he was spending thousands of dollars on that. And then it would come up to like tax season and he wouldn't have the money to pay for all the taxes that he had earned for streaming, and he would beg for the tax money. This guy was something else.
Way more for
Yeah.
ads.
They
or-
still do. They still do. If you're not like me, like for me, I
Yeah.
like talking about politics, and so I get paid about 3 cents a day. But if you don't do that, you get thousands of dollars. I mean, if you get enough viewers. Yeah.
Well, I did stream on Twitch for a while.
Why'd you stop?
And well, I stopped in 2021 because my detractors in 2021 actually put together this package of stuff that was like clips of me from over a decade before. So
Yeah.
when I started, you know, I've been streaming since 2008. Okay, well, not streaming, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I've been a YouTuber since 2008, and back then it was the Wild West, and everyone said and did whatever they wanted to try to get like shock value out of the audience. You know, back then my audience was all teenagers, so I'm doing like over-the-top sexualized dialogue about women's tits in the video game all the time, and I'm doing racial commentary, like racial jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I did that
And
a couple
it was
days ago.
Well, there you go. See, I did it 15 years ago,
Mhm.
and people found it back then funny. Today they find it offensive.
No, they don't.
And so, well, you're right, but at the same time,
You gotta
there's
bring
the whole
those back.
cancel culture aspect.
Yeah, no, there are annoying Karens on the internet that are like that. You're right. No, it's true. And in 2008, they were not on the internet, and now they are.
That's right.
Yes. So
So in 2021,
go
my
ahead.
detractors put together this package
Probably
of
true.
like clips from 2010. You know, there was this one time I did a little demo playthrough of a game called Dead Space 2.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have heard of it.
yes.
And I made Nazi jokes.
DSP.
Terrible, right? But I made Nazi jokes. So they take that, and then they take a
Yeah.
comment about me saying something, something racial about Asians or something, and it's all like 15 years old. And they sent it to everyone. They sent it to Teespring, I had a partnership with. They sent it to the Twitch partner program team. They sent it to everyone. And in 2021 context, all these teams looked at this and said, oh, this guy's a horrible racist bigot. And like overnight in like 2021, I got kicked out of everything. I got kicked out of the Twitch partner program. I got kicked off Teespring. I got kicked off of every one of these pop-up services. You know how you get pop-ups on your stream for contributions? They all canceled me. They all said, oh, you're offensive. You're canceled. And I'm
Yeah.
like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, what did I do?
Mhm.
And they'd be like, oh, well, you said
Not much so far. They're just talking about the culture from back then, and I guess DSP was one of the ones that fell victim of his past jokes, and he lost his sponsors because of it. I mean, yeah, that happened to quite a few people, I suppose. Do I think it was right? No. I don't think things you said in the past determine who you are in the future. To a point, right? To a point.
hateful things. What did I say? Because I haven't done this kind of content since like 2010.
Yeah.
So what the hell are you talking about? And Twitch specifically, their lawyers wrote me back and said, oh, we actually don't have any legal obligation to say what you did wrong. And we're actually not going to tell you
I mean,
what you did wrong.
that's Twitch to this day, pretty much, right?
At all.
Oh man, I
If you
got
want to
more
reapply for
people.
the partner program, come back in a year. But too bad.
Okay.
And I was like, how could I ever improve my content, make sure that I'm in line with your platform's terms of service if you don't tell me what I actually did wrong? And their attitude was, we don't care. Too bad. And I was like, all right, well, I'll see if I can still make some money streaming on Twitch even without the partner program. So for about another month, I was streaming on Twitch, and I was just trying to take in like tips and contributions and stuff like that. One day I'm streaming the game Returnal. You remember that game?
Yes.
And you remember how high action that game was. Like there's shit.
It was
flying
very,
at you from
yeah, it
every
was a lot of
direction.
shit going on. Yeah.
Very frenetic. So in the middle of me playing it, I'm reading something off the screen, and I get attacked from the side, and I'm like, oh shit, blah, blah, blah. And I like got tongue-tied.
Did you accidentally say the N-word?
No, it sounded almost like I did, but I definitely didn't say it because I was reading the screen. You could see what I was actually trying to say.
See, none
And
of this stuff I actually remember because I didn't really hear about DSP until I guess a couple of years ago. I started looking, like I got really into weird portions of the internet, and I started watching like long form content about different people, different weirdos online. You start learning about like furries and everything else. And then DSP was like one of the people that I saw being talked about, and everyone only really talked about how he begged for money and how he jerked off on stream. That was like, that's all. None of this stuff I know. I believe that this probably did happen to him because the internet's the internet. But I don't know if that's what he's famous for.
Interrupted.
Yeah.
And they suspended me. And I'm like, how could you suspend me? I didn't do anything. Oh, well, you said the N-word. I was like, no, I didn't. Watch it back. Within an hour, they unsuspended me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to stream on a platform where, number one, at any moment, you're going to accuse me of being like a hateful bigot.
Yeah.
But then you won't justify what you're saying. You won't even send me evidence of me doing anything wrong, violating
He's a
your
local.
terms.
He's famous for a lot
and
of
you
things.
take away
That's
my
true.
ability to monetize
That's
my
true.
streams. That's number one.
He is generally just an unlikable person too. I agree, Scary. So it's with him, it was always a new thing. Like I guess I heard somewhere here lately that he's going to stop begging for money. I guess we'll see.
And then on top of that, even if I try to survive and make a living otherwise, like, okay, I'll just take tips or whatever, then you're going to suspend me on a whim for something I literally didn't do because my trolls flagged the stream. And at that point, I said, I don't want to be here anymore. And I stepped away, and ever since I've been a full-time YouTube streamer, and for the last year, I've also co-streamed on Kick, and that's how I make my living. So I don't want to be on Twitch. I don't want to be on a place that's unprofessional, and at a moment's notice, they're going to cancel me when I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm going to be honest. So, like, do you think that you were a victim of cancel culture?
I was a victim of a group of people on the internet who really don't like me taking advantage of cancel culture.
Well,
that's what it was, because Twitch didn't give a shit.
I think
Twitch
that's kind of based. It is. I mean, now, I mean, things have changed a lot since then. 2021 was a different universe, as I'm sure that you know. But so you're talking about, I know that some of my viewers might not be familiar with this. You're talking about this.
No, Phil, you aren't a victim. People just hate you. Cancel culture is such a meme. It is now in comparison. There was a lot. Well, it was until all the rightoids decided they were going to make a massive list of people because of Charlie Kirk memes, jokes, and people just being ugly about it. But yeah, it's pretty much been a meme since then. There were people who suffered from it back in the day, but most of the time, if you just ignore it, it goes away. People don't really care.
This term detractors. Can you expand on that?
So there's a difference between...
You can tell, like Asmon's just trying to milk him. So if this gets turned around on Asmon, it's going to be hilarious.
An internet troll and a detractor. Okay, internet troll is just someone who like wants to make fun of you, razz you every once in a while. You know, a detractor.
These days, people lean into their bullshit. That is true. That is true.
To your downfall.
Okay.
Someone who spends untold amounts of time watching and stalking your content, trying to nitpick, trying to find flaws in your character, so that then they can highlight them and try to make you look bad for personal gain. That's what I consider.
So do you think that they really want you to fail, or do they just want to, like, I think that they want to keep you down, but they don't want you to fail, because if it's like kind of like harvesting a crop in a way, right?
Yeah.
Because like if
yeah, but that strategy works, right? instead of getting busted and going, I'm busted, they double down. Yeah, and that's the thing, because once you have a core audience that will follow you, like for instance, Asmongold has a core audience. People don't want to believe that their famous streamer is a bad guy, even when well, it's okay that he's a bad guy because he says the things that I like, right? There's a lot of people give a lot of leeway to friends and people that they are fans of.
They totally get rid of your content, then as you said, they're not going to make any.
That's why I'm glad I'm surrounding myself with assholes. That way, you assholes, if I ever get my ego too full, can just start blazing me in chat.
Fucking money. So they want you to succeed, but just in a very, very limited way, right?
I would say to some extent you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
A lot of them, that is their game. The problem is, it's not necessarily the people making the content that's the problem. It's
Right.
the people that watch their content.
Oh.
They don't understand the context
So
of the
I'm
content,
the problem.
and then they come after me. Oh, no, not you. I'm saying like some of their like diehard fans
Yeah.
have done some pretty fucked up stuff to me and my family. And not just me. I'm talking anyone who's considered a lolcow on the internet or
Yes.
whatever. The extent that these people go, they don't understand that, okay, this is all a joke. Let's make fun of them. Let's make some money on it. Listen, that goes hand in hand. I get that. But if then you're going to try to go out of your way to get me to lose my livelihood completely, you're actually going to try to harass people in real life, to try to stalk people in real life. That's when it gets crazy.
So
None of it is about Phil succeeding. It's Jesus. I want him to go away and get out of the gaming space. Yeah, well, I think it's a lot more people who want. I mean, it's the lolcow group, right? They don't want him to go away. They want him to keep making stuff that they could laugh at. Don't worry about it. We will, and I hope you do the same. If I start developing an ego myself, in a heartbeat. Dwarf Fortress without ASCII looks so wrong. I love that they did this, because there's no way my dyslexia and ADHD would have ever let me play Dwarf Fortress in ASCII. I never played it when they had the original mods that made it, this way, or at least made it playable. So I mean, I'm enjoying it now. I think the art style is neat. It's weird because it doesn't, like, I can't slow the game down if I want to. I have to actually go in and change the game's frame rates to make it go slower or faster. But I'm loving it. I love this. There's a few games that I play a lot. Of course, RimWorld. RimWorld was my deep dive into these kind of games, and then Dwarf Fortress is just like that natural progression.
That's when you.
It's kind of like professional wrestling, right? Where it's like some people, like, they understand that it's kind of a joke and it's for fun, and like there's like tongue-in-cheek humor to it, but there's some people that take it too far.
I would agree with that statement. Yes.
And while we're on the topic of wrestling, there has been.
Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead. Preface it.
I just want.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to preface it. Actually, I want to say something different. Actually, before we start, because here's the problem, which you may not be aware of.
Right.
Okay. By the way, I want to thank you for giving me this platform, being able to speak with you today, because you.
Thanks for.
Arc Raiders is like your first big AAA MP IP one I've seen you poke at so far. Indie's definitely your thing. Yeah, I dipped into the indie scene. They're about to go into his a while back, like when there were people saying that they were just not going to play AAA games, and they kept playing AAA games. I stopped playing AAA games and went to indie games, and I've got a huge list of them. To be honest, it's a good time to do so since it's the indie era. Yeah, I'm enjoying it while it lasts. Because I mean, a lot of my favorite games kind of went to the indie scene. I like TTRPG, or not TTRPGs. I like CRPGs. I like turn-based strategy, and a lot of that kind of, it didn't go away, but it flew into the indie scene and the independent scene, right? And now you're seeing a lot of those companies that wrote those games that I like make better games, like Baldur's Gate 3. Lyrian Studios right now is one of my favorite studios. I hope they never go corporate. I hope they stay independent. At least their head CEO guy says not while he's there. So we'll see. We'll see. Now let's learn about wrestling.
For coming on.
Ridiculous amount of viewership, and this is awesome that I get to actually talk with you and say my piece and all this.
Sure.
So thank you for that.
Of course.
FYI, I'm in a unique situation. I have so many detractors, okay, that when you react to my stuff, you watch a detractor video or whatever,
Get McDizzle
you
in
might
there.
think, hey, well, this is cool.
Yeah,
I'm giving
I
Phil the
will.
rub,
I'll get
right?
him
I'm
into
watching
it.
some
We'll
of Phil's
keep talking.
content today. Maybe some people will head over and check him out or whatever, and that's a positive outcome from you watching my content.
Yes.
The problem here is that's not the case, because my detractors every single day live restream my streams illegally. Okay, it's not like they're adding commentary or criticism. They're just live restreaming just to say, hey, watch it over here so Phil doesn't make any money or get any attention. They steal my content. Right now, they're ripping this video, and they will have it on their channel before I can have it live on mine. So the problem is,
into that Asmon stream? Yeah, that's
DSP,
true.
let me go find them. And they go to YouTube, they type in DSP,
Uh-huh.
and all they get in the search is my detractor.
It's about
video.
you being an idiot, basically, right?
They can never find my channel.
Yeah.
Like, there was a case in point earlier this year. There was a guy in the fighting game community. He had heard one of my takes on the recent Street Fighter game, and he responded to it, but he couldn't find my actual content. He only found the detractor clips that looked like shit. You know, they were all fuzzy.
Yeah, it's,
Right.
it's weird
And
as
he's
fuck
like,
for sure.
I want to talk to Phil. Can anyone tell me what his real channel is? And no one could. No one could even tell him my real channel.
So, well, I just searched DSP myself. So DSP tries it Memology 101. Is this your main channel?
That is
Okay,
not
that's
me.
not your main channel. Okay, let's scroll down. How about Raw Phil?
DOS2, Divinity Original Sin 2? Yeah, absolutely. I played. That's where I fell in love with Larian Studios, was Divinity Original Sin 2. It moved because I mean, what was the one that came out around the same time? Fuck me, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, I played that one. To be honest, he's pretty brave getting on with Asmon. Yeah, I agree, because it's clear. Like, it's clear. I don't know if DSP understands it, but it's clear that Asmon brought him on here to milk him. Which, you know, fine, whatever. But yeah, he had to know that was going to happen. I started leaning into indies more when Cave Story was relevant. Okay, I don't think I've played Cave Story. I found, God, it started with CRPGs, I want to say. And then I just started finding all sorts of crazy indie games that I could play, and it just fell in line from there.
Is that your main channel?
Nope.
That's
He's my number
okay.
one thief.
Okay, well, here's another one. I even recognize this name, Duty Streams. This one also isn't your main channel either, right?
Nope. These are all my
Yeah.
detractors.
Okay, all right. Mighty D. This isn't you, is it?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Robust Urban Garlic. All right. This is again not you. All
I
right.
don't think so.
So I think that you're actually right about this. I don't. Where the Snort Burnell? Snort Burnell. That's you. No.
Well, I do snort sometimes on the stream, but no, that's not my channel, sadly.
So you
Yeah, it is
so
insane
you
that you can't
snorted
find his
before on the
stuff.
stream, and this has got to be Photoshop. Yeah, okay, it is that one's Photoshop. All right, it looks like my hair, not yours.
Okay.
And
So could
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually
chosen.
tell people
Okay.
my channel, so if they want to check it out, they have an opportunity?
you know
if they have
what?
a chance?
I mean, we're not going to find it here, so I think you have to.
Okay. My main channel, where I stream every single day, well, almost every day. It's usually around 5 to 6 days a week. It's youtube.com/DSP Gaming. Okay. My channel is so old, you don't need the @ symbol to find it. It's actually hard-coded DSP Gaming. It's been around for 15 plus years. And there's tons of content. I mean, this thing is like a repository.
Look at him
of ridiculous
shilling.
amounts of gameplay things that I've done.
He came on here, so it's Asmon came on here to milk him, and he came on here to try and get some of Asmon's audience, right? So this seems like something YouTube should intervene with. No, I mean, I mean, you could say that, but I don't really think so. It's just part of this thing. He chose to go on there with him, no matter how intelligent or unintelligent you think DSP is. They're both trying to get something out of this.
I do have another channel that's DSP Reacts. That one is at DSP Reacts. That one I don't use that
truly
much.
a master
I do
place
fast
of
food
plan.
reviews on there. So if you want to check that out, you can. But it's DSP.
Oh, you're talking about his channels being overridden? Yeah, I will say that his channels are clear violations of copyright, right, or fair use. This is the prime example of content arboreal. Yeah. So I mean, but what is he going to do? He has so many people. He could strike all of these channels, but that would just open up more channels to come do it. Because even when people have like a legitimate reason to strike a channel, it's always going to be looked at negatively by the YouTube community as a whole, because there's so many people that abuse it. The old Obi-Wan defense. I've got the high ground.
Gaming is where you can find me. So if anyone's watching this, hey, I just want to give the guy a look. Please actually watch the real channel, because then you'll actually see the content. You know, it'll be nice instead of just the detractors getting a rub.
Okay, all right. So basically, these detractors have completely taken over your YouTube algorithm, and now nobody actually watches you. Like, you're a well-known figure on the internet, but nobody actually watches you.
You're right. Right now, more people are watching the restreams of my stream than my stream.
How did this happen?
Oh, that if you copyright strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is everyone will side with the person. Like, it's very rare to see someone go actually out of their way and say, yeah, that was a legitimate YouTube strike, right?
Of factors, the big one that actually sunk my channel was that in 2015, so this is 10 years ago,
yeah,
a detractor hit me with a whole bunch of false copyright strikes. And this is when the copyright strike thing was really abusable. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a partner with Machinima Network back then. And
well, there was one not too long ago with, I want to say it was Pokimane. The guy, this kid, Pokimane's whatever company she has, struck this kid's channel, and Moist Critical brought it up and made it like super famous, and it it exploded that this kid was the bad guy or the good guy, and people hate Pokimane, so they hate Pokimane. But if you actually looked into it, the guy's stream was literally called "I sit there and don't laugh," or "Let's see if I laugh to Pokimane," and it's just him sitting in silence watching her videos. And it's like, well, yeah, that is actually, not fair use. It finally got turned around when people started calling Charlie out for it. But yeah, that's the consensus is usually going to be on the side of the person who's getting struck.
They had a meeting with YouTube about it.
Yeah, wonderful use
and
of
YouTube
content.
says to Machinima, Phil needs to delete any videos on his channel where these detractors could actually hit him with a false copyright strike.
Whenever I was asking about the detractors, why do you think that you have detractors?
See, there's a million reasons why. And listen, I'm not going to...
Are any of them your fault?
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say. I was going to say, there's no way that I'm going to say it's never my fault or it's not my fault. This all started back in around 2011 and 2012.
All right.
Okay, so for a little bit of history lesson, I started on YouTube in 2008.
Yeah.
I started doing this for a living in 2011. And at one point, I was actually one of the bigger, not the biggest, but one of the bigger Let's Players on YouTube. Okay, I was getting 10 to 20 million views a month on my main channel at that time.
Okay.
And what happened was, I thought I got too big in my own head. I got a big ego. Okay, I thought my
understandable.
Shit my content.
Yeah, Gristle, he's already better than most GGers. Oh, get the fuck off. I get this feeling, Scary, that you don't like DSP, right? To be fair, Pokimane tried taking down several people, but they ended getting bigger because of it. Hell, look at Bo Blacks. Yeah, well, Bo Blacks was it over Pokimane? Because Bo Blacks's Twitter versus is what kind of made him famous. Well, lightly famous, right? You don't like bullshitters. I get that. I get that. Is what made him famous, but how do I say it? Like, the problem Bo Blacks had is he wanted to be a figure online, and all people ever wanted him to do was just make Twitter verses. And if he just did more of that, he would probably make shit tons of money. But he always had to try and be a face like his friends.
Content's the best.
Yeah.
Right? It's the best playthroughs
Alpha
out there.
Breach got video.
And people started to
fallout
throw me
videos for my
criticism. I'm
content.
like, Phil, dude, it's 2011. You're not even doing direct capture. You're using a camera to record your TV. What are you, stupid? Like, you're making money. Why don't you go get a capture device? Why don't
Yeah, that's right. Bo Flex wanted to be Keemstar, and people just used him as a message board. It's exactly what it was. I mean, even our hero Smash JT was begging Bo Blacks for a little bit of attention. Well, all of his friends were figures online. They weren't huge, but they were figures, right? You got like Nick Diorio, who's huge now. You've got Augie RFC, who's doing pretty well for himself now. A lot of those guys were faces on it, and he would talk with them, but he was really never more than the butt of the joke with them. And again, people just wanted him to make the video. That was hilarious. He was begging the quartering for attention, and Jeremy was like, "Who the fuck are you? The quartering too? Jesus Christ, this guy is a fucking clout goblin."
you do this and do that to improve? And I was very stubborn. I basically would always like clap back and argue, and I'd be like, no, my content's good as it is. I know I like to do it the way I do it. I'm not going to listen to any criticism or whatever.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is one person made a video called "This Is How You Don't Play," and I'm sure you've seen some of these.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
As much as I've looked
so
at
the
his
original one, I
history.
believe, was Metal Gear Solid 2, and this video was just a montage of me sucking at the game. Every stupid thing I did, every mistake I made, every dumb piece of commentary I said, all thrown into one. It was a very entertaining video. People loved it, and it got like 1 million views on YouTube. So me being very stupid and big-headed back then,
Yes.
did I respond positively and be like, wow, that's
I got the entire thing where he called Smash the F slur, and I still remember that night to this day. Really? Look at Jeremy. Just absolute disrespect, and Smash someone who never lets stuff go, let it go. Well, yeah, because if it means that he can get, if he can get clout off of it, then yeah, that's what he's going to try and do, is get the clout off of it.
great. Maybe I should buy into this. Maybe I'll make my own videos razzing myself or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm an idiot. I'm a big-headed, stubborn idiot. And instead, I start, like, getting pissed at the guy. I start insulting him, saying he's stealing my content. He did that without my permission.
Aren't you
Why
doing
would
that now?
record
Weren't you
that?
just
Would've
doing that
been
now?
demolished.
Like,
Yeah,
'cause, the
absolutely.
detractors, you're saying that they were
Oh,
re-uploading
over
your content.
Melanie Mac? Really? I've never understood. Oh man, that would be good content to watch.
They're doing the same thing? Because you just said that like maybe 10 minutes ago.
You're right. And the difference is today, they're doing absolutely nothing transformative whatsoever.
Okay.
They are literally just stealing the content and like that Raw Phil channel you just mentioned.
Yeah.
All he does is rip my shit plain and just puts it on his channel.
Right.
He's not making a criticism. He's not reviewing my content. He's just fucking stealing it.
Okay.
That's the difference between today and back then. Back then, this is how you don't play. 100% today in context, it's a great video. It's totally a transformative work. He had the right to make it. But now I've grown and I understand that. Back then I was an asshole. Okay, so I basically came across to the internet as this elitist asshole. I'm better than you. I know what I'm doing, and I became the butt of everyone's joke. All of a sudden,
We'll take a look at that here in a
To
minute.
laugh at Phil than with Phil.
Well,
And
yeah,
there's a-
sometimes it
yeah.
is,
Started.
and a lot of that has to do with the way. Oh, really? So it was around the time frame that I was getting on it. I must have just missed that completely. There is the slur, so I'd avoid showing it on screen to be fair enough. January. Yeah. Yeah, that was right around when I started really talking about anti-woke and things like that. Because I remember making a video. Oh, so yeah, I didn't really know much about Smash JT, but I did make a video, or I did do a stream where I watched the Melanie Mack drama. I watched her drama and talked about it. It was like the first anti-woker I talked about. That was the big Christian civil war, right? The big Christian breakoff.
You know.
So
That's
it was
how
a
it
move.
began,
It
anyway.
was a movement against you, and so you think that you kind of egged this on by
Judge Civil
just
War.
kind of being a, kind of being, I guess, like, oppositional to what people would say and having an ego, etc. That's pretty much how it happened.
Absolutely. It's that beginning portion of that was my fault, 100%.
So what about now, though? Like, why do they? Because like I've seen a number of these videos, and I'll admit, it does seem like you ask for money a lot.
He does.
It seems like you do it a lot. Like, so, because like, for example,
Here's the thing.
Well,
yeah, when John Dell started saying anti-Semitic stuff to Jeffrey, and Jeff was like, "Can't we just be nice?" Yeah, well, Jeff wants to keep the movement together because that's what's better for Jeff.
like,
Okay, go ahead.
So there was a donation goal for you to wear a hat.
Chad Warren's return of the woke.
Yes.
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 So, go, okay,
Correct.
all right, yeah, go, please continue.
Continue
Can you
what?
expand
Yes,
on
there
that?
was a donation goal for
Okay,
wear a
expand.
hat.
So how does that work, right? How much money was it? What kind of hat was it? Was the chat able to decide it? How does a
Yes.
hat goal work?
I had tiered rewards for a few years there. I'd say 3-4 years almost.
Yeah.
Probably, where every stream I would have, like, if I hit a certain threshold of support, I would put on a hat of your choice. I would put on a vest of your choice. The vest was a big one.
Oh, okay.
For a long time, I was hitting a goal and I would put on a vest, and people freaked out because
Yeah.
I had like 10 different
Smear
vests
Wars
that I would put
episode
on
1,
during
the
stream.
Phantom.
The running joke was when you
I feel like DSP's only issue is he's doing what they are doing, but out loud. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it goes for. People take a like, everybody is the days of the pure don't take money days are long gone. Everyone's out there trying to get some kind of bag or something like that, right? There's very few people who do it just for the love of the game. And I forgot where I was going with that. So what DSP does, though, is more beggy. Like, he's out there actually begging. We see people gloat about super chats all over the place. I mean, sure, money is important, but blah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, see, and that's where the thing is like, if you're gloating over it, it's I mean, it just seems like it seems like wrong. Like, it just seems not in a like, it's like bad kind of way, but it just seems it's beggy. It's very beggy, or it's peacocking. That's a good word for it. Peacocking, to act like you have more than everybody else, when most people really don't give a shit, right? So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Which I think it's funny to play into it a little bit, like with people giving you super chats. But there's a fine line where you start to become like a beggar.
go tune into one of these booby streamers, right? You give them money and they're
Yeah.
gonna take clothes off. They're gonna jump in a hot tub. Well, DSP does it the other way. You give me money, I'm gonna put shit on.
Okay, all right, I like that. Sounds
You're
good.
paying
Makes
me
sense.
to cover up.
So the DSP's vest streak comes to a miserable end. This is from 5 years ago. So you've been doing these vest streaks for a while.
The vest streak was when the vest started, which was early that year, and it lasted like maybe 4 or 5 months. Then after
Yeah.
that, it was just an ongoing thing that I would do. We didn't always hit a goal, and I didn't always do that. Like, I wouldn't always put on a vest, or I would only be if I hit a goal of support for the
Jeff
stream or
ripped
something
off
like that. Just a
DSP.
silly thing to do with
What?
the viewers.
See, DSP, why don't you bring up the fact you are losing a ton of views as a reason you have to make up for it by doing that? Give me money, I'll put on a hat. Yeah, it's very like I hate that kind of content. Like I will do this if you give me so much money. You're very much becoming a lolcow. Like I will dance for you like a monkey if you give me money. I just don't want to ever like be that way because then people think they can buy your opinion, and from there you're cooked. If any excuse, but yeah, it's just being an entertainer at the cost of your respect. Exactly, exactly.
Um, and that I would say that was until about a year and a half ago. Is probably
Yeah.
when I stopped doing it.
Why'd you stop?
So I got tired of it. It was just stupid.
You
Like
ran out
it
of
got to
S?
the point where it's old and it's just it's played out. It was silly for a while, but then a lot of the times you have people come to the stream and the only reason
It
they're
is
there
sad.
is because can we hit the vest goal today? Well, it's not really why I'm streaming.
So it is
I'm
like an
streaming
e-girl.
What's that?
It is like an e-girl. They're there to see if she's going to wear the bikini.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in some ways, you're absolutely right. I would say so. Yeah, it was the opposite thing, but yeah, it was
Uh-huh.
kind of like that. And I got tired of it. I don't want to do that. I want to be making streams where people are showing up because they like the content I'm doing, whether it's the game playthrough or just hanging out with me, a podcast, whatever it is. I don't want them to be here to see if I'm putting on a vest today. I think that's stupid.
So it was
You
that
know?
it was that the vest
Yeah, that's
content
not why I'm
was
streaming.
too
Then
popular.
why are you doing it? You're doing it for the money.
At one point, like you're
Oh my
talking about the
God.
vest streak.
Yeah.
There were
DSP is a
entire
male
streams
entertainer.
where like
I mean, right now, I think Asmongold is on the win because Asmongold is the one that's milking him. Like he's clearly putting him to say all of the things that people make him look like a lolcow about. So we'll see if he can change it around later on down the line, guys.
the entire chat is like, is he gonna hit the goal?
Right.
Is it the vest? The vest. I was like, guys, I'm playing a game. Can we like fucking talk
Yeah.
about the game I'm playing over here? Like, I'm tired of this
Yeah.
shit.
There's tons of girls that are like that on Twitch too. No, it's very common, and people objectify you, and they're not there for the game. They're there for you, and it's weird, and absolutely. So what about the hat though? Do you still do the hat goals?
No, that's like I said.
Oh, wow.
I phased
Okay.
all that stuff out. In fact, just this last year, since people still bring it up from time to time, on Independence Day, I did a stupid event called Indivestance Day, where if we hit milestones
Okay.
of
Such a dick.
support again,
Yes.
I would put on a
Yeah.
hat and a vest
Yeah.
again. It was like a throwback event, and I said, "You guys want to do it once a year? We'll do it once a year as a silly celebration." But
Yeah.
I'm past doing that stuff.
So you decided. So you've divested from the vest streams. I think that's probably a good
Yes.
idea. So now basically, instead of paying you to put on a vest, what do they pay you for now? Just for nothing?
Just to support the stream because
That's
they like
it.
the content and they
Okay.
want to see it continue. Here's the difference though, and
Yeah.
again, this is just the people that used to criticize me.
Mm-hmm.
They had a fair point, and now I think things have changed.
Right.
As you can, I don't know. Well, actually, can you see me on camera right now? Like, do you
I
see
can
my
see
set
you.
and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
With the turkey in the
so,
background. Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, I
Jesus.
put some money into
Mm-hmm.
my set recently. I upgraded everything. The camera's now nice HD quality and everything. Before that, I was in a lot of financial problems. I couldn't really afford to do anything that was high quality. So I was always the guy who made a living streaming, but his stream looked like shit, right?
Right. Yeah.
So now people have seen in the last year and a half, people started supporting me in droves. I was like, I'm gonna
wow.
show you if you actually support me. I'm gonna do the things that I wanted to do. I'm gonna get a better
Yeah,
mic. I'm gonna get
yeah.
better headphones. I'm gonna upgrade my set. I got 2 PCs now, so I can pump out high quality gameplay and do these
High
streams,
quality
co-stream and
gameplay.
all.
Have you ever watched DSP play games? Like I'm not good at games, right? I'll admit that. I'm not like any of these expert shooters, but clearly DSP doesn't game at all. Like I've watched him just stand there getting ate up by an enemy, not doing cover, not moving, not doing anything. It's strange. $50 for a webcam.
We're talking about upgrading again later this week. I'm gonna look
Yeah,
at Black
it's
Friday
being
deals and
a it's
possibly,
being
like,
a different
upgrade my
kind
desk and stuff like that.
of
But that's the thing, like people like the
cam
content
girl.
enough that they want to
Cam
support
guy.
it. It's not about, I want to see him put on a vest anymore. I just like Phil and I want his content to continue and to improve.
So they just give you money because they like you, basically.
because they like the content,
Okay.
and some of them I'm sure like me too.
All right. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And so you've done this for a long time. You said you're in financial troubles. How's your financial situation now? Are you comfortable talking about that, or is that something you don't really talk about on stream?
I'm not going to talk about anything specific because sadly with
He
these
never
people,
does.
how obsessed they are with me.
Yes.
If I give them a single piece of information, they'll try to find a way to data mine it and find out shit. They've gotten into accounts of mine before. They didn't really messed up stuff, okay?
Well,
but
yeah.
in general, today I am way better off than I have been in a very, very long time. I even said to everyone just the other day, it looks like this year is probably the best year financially that I've had in over a decade.
Wow.
Like, no lie.
All right. Well, that's pretty good. So, speaking of accounts and everything, there's been a lot of people that looked into a WWE wrestling gotcha game account, and they think that it's your account. I think the name of it, if I remember correctly, because I saw the video on it, I'll admit, was called Down from the Rafters. Is this something that you did?
Yes. Well, I'll tell the whole story for you.
Go ahead.
All right, this way.
All right.
The audience will hear it and actually get the real story.
If you've never watched it, La Familia, DSP is some of the funniest stuff on YouTube. Even if you don't know deep cut Phil lore. All right, I'll add that. Maybe we'll watch that on stream.
So yeah, WWE Champions is one of many mobile games that I've played over the years. Okay, I actually played some before, like WWE Supercard. That was another one that I spent a lot of money on.
How much?
And this is in
Yes.
Supercard.
Yes, that's what he said. He's only buying an extra camera and a mic for the first time in how many years has he been on YouTube on the internet?
I don't know. See, the thing is, I've never added it together. It's thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Like,
I'll just say that right now.
Thousands
Okay?
could be 400,000. It could be 3,000.
15
It's definitely not
years.
400,000. That's for sure.
Okay, but like,
I would
if
be,
you had to give a guess.
you know, I would have nothing if I spent $400,000 on these games.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, it's definitely thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't know. I never sit down and look and add it together or anything like that.
If you had
right?
to guess.
But if you really want me to guess,
I want you to guess.
I don't look at do you hear him? Like, I don't look at my finances. Like I'm a spender. Okay, I love my games, but you still have to look at stuff like that. You start to go like, wow, I've been spending too much money on A, B.
All right, to be okay.
I spent $400 on my cam and mic. That was my own choice to buy that equipment. The PC is on me. I put 4K into it because I wanted to play NES with zero lag. Point being, none of that is on my audience to pay for. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like, I decided I was going to do this YouTube thing. I didn't think I would be begging to get the equipment. I just bought what I needed, and I'll upgrade it if it ever, if I ever get money for it. Like anything that I kind of make right now, which is nothing. I've made $10. Would go back into the business, or the not the business, because it's not really a business. It's a stream. The whole financing streams and claiming overhead is such bullshit. Oh, 100%. It's always the YouTuber's fault because they're the ones that did stupid shit to get themselves to where they are, especially when it comes to like taxes and shit like that. Like you knew taxes were coming. You need to figure that shit out, right? Speaking of which, if you haven't liked the stream here today, guys, we're going to do some shilling. Please like the stream. It just helps me out, helps me grow so that I too can shill for money. If you like the content and you want to see more, then, subscribe. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and we have fun here. Whether it's me playing a game, I like to watch a lot of funny videos, things like that. If you're super generous, since we're talking about e-begging here, if you're super generous, I do have a coffee. You can throw me a couple of bucks. It doesn't Like, it's not something I, beg or want, but it's there. So please, at the very least, like the stream. All right, shield done with. That being said, it's funny to see DSP getting a boost and out earn side scrollers, because I know that's because behind the scenes. Well, all of these guys want Asmongold's attention, right? It's constant begging for Asmongold to just pay a little bit of attention to these guys, and it doesn't really work. Like, Asmongold doesn't. He may, say something about someone like Grums, but he doesn't necessarily like bring people on to spout them up. The only person I've seen him do that with was Legendary Drops. So, winning, I guess.
Let's put it in perspective. When I used to play WWE Supercard, okay, to even get the reward at the end of the event, to complete the event, you had to spend something like $700.
So they made you spend
I'm not
money.
kidding. You had to. What do you mean they made me? No, I chose to spend.
Okay,
money.
okay, all right, good. All right, because I've seen some gacha games, right? Well, you get some people on that Genshin Impact game, they think that they're in love with the characters, so you can never be sure. All right, go ahead, continue.
No, I chose to spend the money, and it's bad. Yes, at one point I was way overspending on these games.
Yes.
The only reason that WWE
And the
Champions
locals
is the
get
one
it before they do.
because
Yes.
that's the one that they think they had the information. They've got the red-handed. They caught me and all of that.
They got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played WWE Champions. I own an account that was called one thing. I changed the name to Down from the Rafters. I spent a lot of money on it. And then years ago, I sold it. I got rid of it because I couldn't play it anymore because these people were actually harassing me so much trying to play it. They got me kicked out of every faction.
Yeah, Hassan fucking, like, he should have never done the debate with Hassan. He should have known he was going to get bodied there. That's what Hassan does for a living, right? Whether you like Hassan or hate Hassan, you can't deny that's what he does for a living, and that he's at least good at it when he goes on stream. Oh, I just realized I haven't set any of these up. Bedrooms. I should be able to do this. Nope. Multi. This do it. Okay, it got those ones. Cool. Done. Now, dwarves are sleeping outside because I forgot to zone them.
That I tried to join, they were trying to like data.
Also, can't discount who Hassan's uncle. Well, yeah, Hassan has close, powerful friends, right? He grew up conditioned for what he does. 100%.
Mine fucking Discord servers and shit to figure out if I ever talked to anyone. I had enough.
Yeah.
So I sold it at a ridiculous discount, and I just got rid of it. Now, to this day...
How much was the Down from the Rafters account? How much money did you spend on that account total?
Your dwarves are going to make 50 videos on you. They 100% are.
Okay. Let's think. I'll try to ballpark you. I will.
$10,000.
More.
I would say... Well, hold on. Because, okay, WWE Champions started in 2017. Okay, that's when the game actually began.
It's 8 years.
You couldn't really spend too much money in the early days. It was more like 2-3 years in that they changed it, and then all of a sudden you could start spending a lot of money. And it was about a year and a half that I really spent too much. Yeah, I mean, I would say this. I definitely spent, no exaggeration, I probably spent $10,000 on that game. Yeah.
$20,000.
That's a maybe.
$25,000.
Probably not.
$30,000.
Definitely not.
Definitely. Okay. All right. So it's between probably $15,000 and $25,000. Does that sound pretty accurate? Okay. All right. That's
probably
good. So that's a lot of money to spend on a game like that. And why did you decide to play that game instead of like Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves or Honkai Star Rail? What was I guess like you're a fan of wrestling.
I was a fan of wrestling. I had already played WWE Supercard. I got tired of it, and I started moving over to like other games. And for the record, I do play other mobile games too. It's just that this is the one.
You played Uma Musume?
That people focus. What's that?
Have you ever played Uma Musume?
No.
Oh man. Okay, so you're playing all the bad mobile games then. Yeah.
Last 30
which one is that?
apparently
is that the
is when it
racing
gets
one?
good.
Yeah, it's the horse game.
Okay.
I know about it. Yeah.
Well, we'll keep going.
Okay.
This is what I got planned for the stream.
All right.
basically
And
my
I mean,
detractors.
it's fun
I
talking
guess
about
someone suspected that the account was mine, and they came after me. And for years they harassed me. And for years, admittedly, I lied about it publicly. I just outright lied about it on stream, saying, "No, I don't play that game. No, that's not me." Yada,
So were
yada,
you
yada.
embarrassed about it?
I was embarrassed about it. At one point, I would argue I knew I was overspending on it, but I kept doing it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it was bad. And so why am I talking about this publicly on my streams when my streams have nothing to do with this whatsoever? My streams are gameplay playthroughs and, you know, vlogging. There's really no reason at all for me to be talking about this stuff publicly, but it keeps getting brought up like constantly in my content. So
even I know
you
about
get
it,
to the point where I don't want to talk about it anymore. You know? I'm like, no, I didn't do it. Fuck this. Shut up. You know, I get all angry. And of course, again, kind of similar to 10 years ago with the "this is how you don't play" thing. Instead of playing
this is my this is my Subway Surfer on the side. Yeah, it definitely is. I'm just trying to keep you guys entertained and myself. So the funny thing is, when I one of the first things that I thought about doing was playing games and watching videos, because, well, that's what I do anyway. Is I usually have a video running, and I'm playing a game, and, you know, I'm thinking in my head about, you know, well, no, that's not right, or this guy's a retard, or whatever you want to say. So I was like, you know, why don't, when my wife brought it up, she's like, you should start streaming. She was like, I was like, you know, that's not a bad idea. And I tried to do other stuff like just gaming streams, but I'm not very good at just sitting there gaming because I can't just talk to myself really well. But this is perfect for me with ADHD and all of you guys. You don't have to be teasing Grizzle. I don't get upset by most things. You're not wrong.
You know, being calm. I have that angry reaction, and that's what people want, right? That's the
Oh,
wild cow reaction that you want. And then it just extrapolates. You know, you say no once, well, now we have more information that it's probably your account. Now we have more information. Oh my God, this is still coming up. All right.
Yeah,
now,
I did too. I want to do stuff like that more because I had a lot of fun with South of Midnight too, and things like that. I enjoy this content a little bit more while I'm playing and doing stuff. We'll see if I ever get a chance to do more streams or anything like that. We'll see if I come up with like a gaming day, because I would still like very much to do that.
to tell you where we are today.
Yes.
Okay. I don't play WWE Champions anymore. I quit. I'm done. I haven't played that game in months, and I'm done
Just
with it.
one of the.
What did your wife think about you
I
playing
could
the
do
game?
that. One of
How did she feel about you spending that much money?
She knew.
Obviously. Wait. Did she know? Like, if you asked, if I were to ask her how much money does she think that you spent on that game, what would the answer? What would the number that she would give you be?
Okay, hold on.
She would probably say like thousands, is what she would.
Yeah,
probably
but
say,
like we're going back to this like. Okay, so probably like okay, but she'll probably assume that it would be a lot less than what you did spend.
I don't know.
You don't know, okay.
I never told. Again.
So she never got upset about you playing these games or anything like that.
No.
Okay. So you did this and they found out that it was your game, because I saw you played, then after it kind of got exposed and you admitted it, you actually ended up playing the WWE champions on your stream, right?
Oh, you mean when Jasper was over here and I took a picture, but the... Oh no, you're talking about last year when I actually played the game on stream.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Because
okay.
I'm going to be honest, I've never seen...
Hey, what's going on, Thegad? The worst thing about Phil is that he is famous for being absolutely irresponsible all the time. Yeah, absolutely. He's not the first. Well, he probably is the first YouTuber to really start doing that. There was also that one chick who was like $5, who also has one of my favorite clips on the internet. But you know, her and others, it's just kind of, nobody likes a beggar. I mean, that's the easiest thing you could say is nobody likes a beggar.
Seen you happier than whenever you were playing WWE champions on stream. Like that's like you were more locked in and excited about that game than like you were you were happier about that than you were about Elden Ring.
Because Elden Ring's all right. But
It's a
the thing is with the game like that, okay, and with
Yeah.
any game that has this factor of
Right.
risk reward, right?
Mhm.
Oh, you're gonna do a pull. Are you gonna get the good pull or whatever? You hype it up for that stream. I was way hyping it up because people have been talking about this shit for so long.
Yeah.
Here's my opportunity to take this shit that I've been eating for years and turn it into something positive that my viewers are into it, everything.
Uh-huh.
And it worked. You know, there was a few streams there where people were excited.
Well,
They were
okay.
supporting the stream and
Yeah, you were probably getting a lot of excitement, but what was it about? It was people wanting to come in uh and actually, make fun of you. Yeah, you probably had some fans that were all about it, but the boost that you probably got from that was not from, people who like watching your content because they think you're cool. Uh Phil is the quintessential lolcow, other than Ethan Ralph. He's someone you can look at and say, well, even if my life sucks, at least I'm not DSP. Yes. I looked up this game, bro. Oh, you talking about Dwarf Fortress? Have you never heard of Dwarf Fortress? Man, this game is, now I didn't learn about it until much more recently, but this game is crazy. It's also super complicated. Well, it can be super complicated, we'll say. I was way hyping it up because if I lost, I wasn't losing money. My audience was. I think Chris Chan is still the quintessential lolcow. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. DSP probably comes in a close second. I mean, you have some of the other guys that are like more degenerate. What is the t-shirts guy? Though he's getting abused, I think, right now. And some of the other ones. Lolcow tier list. Oof. I don't know enough about all of the lolcows. I know where I've dipped into them and other stuff like that. Wargaming Dad, did you ever watch I can't say the word. Back in the day, there were some old goons from Something Awful, and they used to cover bad Let's Plays. No, I never watched them. Way back in the day, I was very much a normie enjoyer of YouTube. I watched gaming reviews. I watched what was some of the stuff that I watched? There was a few Let's Play kind of stuff. I used to watch a lot of guys who played games like Total War games and things like that. You miss the old days of Something Awful. Photoshop Fridays made me a memer. See, I do kind of wish I would have known about some of this stuff, but it's still interesting in my 40s learning about everything that's really deep into the internet.
droves. Hey, do more pulls. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, and here's the truth, it died out after like a month and a half. No one cared about it.
People get tired of
including
watching
me.
it. Yeah, there's like a novelty to it. No, I've done gotcha games on stream too. I know how
Yeah.
it works. Yeah. So
to
you've quit
to
the
be
game
frank,
now.
Oh yeah, and that's like actually that was what kind of got me realizing this is stupid. Like, it's just waste of time, waste of money. I'm not addicted to it anymore. At one point, I would argue, yeah, I was at a point, not like I said, not just Champions, but before that, there was Supercard, where
Yeah.
I was kind of addicted, dropping $700 to play in an event. You know, like what the hell am I doing? But I'm out of that now. I don't do that anymore. I don't play that game. I'll be honest, I do play a couple mobile games,
Which
and
ones?
I barely spend on them at all. Oh, I'm definitely not going to say, because if I
Oh.
do, these people will go harass the account. They'll try to
Okay.
get me banned from the account, and they'll data mine it and do all kinds of fucked up shit. So I definitely am not going to say.
So
Yeah.
why do you think they're so mad at you? Why are
My-
they
my
so mad?
detractors?
Yeah.
It's pronounced like a Japanese person saying "Let's play." Oh. Let's play. They used to cover DSP pretty extensively and thought he was bad for YouTube. I mean, if it's back in the day that I was thinking, that was like during the period of time when it was still like don't beg for money, even when the stuff came out. Don't take sponsors, that era. Like, yeah, you're making money, it's good you're making money, but don't become the guy who takes sponsors and other stuff like that. So yeah, I could see that.
And all these viewers, they're very angry.
In general, or in regards to WWE champions?
Just in general.
The true irony of Phil is that for a lot of these grifter gamers, left or right, he's ultimately what they'll become. They don't understand gazing into the abyss. Well, that's the thing. Like, if you really start looking at like the lolcow community and stuff like that, the people who really chase lolcows tend to be lolcows into themselves, right? It kind of connects to it. JT is a few bad days away from becoming the next Phil. He's definitely hitting that mark here soon. Some of the stuff that he's saying and the incredibly bad takes are just crazy. Like, I'm waiting for him to start begging for money, not with his normal begging for money that's not going well, but literally going on stream and begging people to give him money because of his lawsuit.
So I feel like there's a lot of these people, like, I mean, they really are upset about the fact that you are you. They don't like that.
They don't like me, and they don't like that I am me. You're right. You're absolutely right.
So how, like, why are they so mad?
It's a good question, because if you ask each and every one of them, I think they'll all have an answer, but the answer is just a meme. And then when you analyze the meme and you're like, well, do you actually know the truth behind what you're saying about Phil?
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, no, it's just what the detractor said. I saw the video, you know? So I would love to hear, you know, actual people
I'm sorry.
Who aren't...
Like, Phil's trying to make the idea that he was like clipped out of context, but is it really? A lot of people like to use that very argument to try and get away from the crit. Oh, well, they're just, you know, they're just clipping me out of context. That's what it is. Oh. Are these guys just bringing in like garbage? What is this? What is this? Barrels of beer. That's not bad. Ooh, swords. Biggest difference is that Phil actually plays games. True. Bad takes, being uninformed, his terminally online nature. The lawsuit will probably be his bankruptcy arc. Yeah, I don't understand his incomplete coverage of his own lawsuit is nuts. Like, just how much misinformation, I want to say, there is around it. How he's just, like, what do you even say? He's just not lying, because he's clearly not lying, but twisting the information to be the truth, right? It's hilarious to watch.
Aren't the detractors who are making this content to profit from it, but actual people who maybe watch their content to say to me, why is it that we don't like Phil so much? Okay, you said you've been watching this stuff for 10 years.
Yeah, I'm going to give you my answer. And it's not that I don't like you, by the way. I think you're fine. I think it's funny. I get the, I get it, right? But you ask for money a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because, like, I'll see, like, there'll be a new video and it'll pop up on my YouTube recommendeds on my smart TV, and it will just show up. And it's like there's a new one, like, every day, and it's you talking about people, like, meeting a sub goal. Kick, recently there was one about people on Kick that weren't supporting the stream as well, and supporting a stream is giving money. And I feel like it's a very, very common thing. And, like, so how many times a day do you think you mention the amount of, like, people, like, something in relation to you receiving money?
It depends. Every time that I receive something, I do a shout out. So you could argue that every single time someone contributes, I'm talking about it.
Well, like, whenever you make a call, how often do you make a call to action or draw attention to the fact that you can donate money to your stream? Like, what would be like? What do you think your ratio is?
Dude, no fortress is complete without tons of cheese. That's just the way it goes.
Well, what do you mean? Like, just number of mentions? Do you mean the percentage of the actual stream?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
because I stream a lot. I stream every day, from around 11:30 a.m. till around 4 p.m. and then I have a second stream that starts around like 6:30.
Yeah, Phil has what is essentially a gambling problem, and his fans enabled it. Spending that much money on gacha is not normal. True, absolutely. He's like the poster child for why gacha is a problem in the industry as a whole. Uh, but I mean, I don't even fully believe that he's not playing, like, he's not spending a ton of money on gacha games again. Maybe he broke the habit, but it's really, really hard for me to believe all of this, right? Like, people don't just usually drop off of it. Can I make a trade? You'll need more goods to make this arrangement. Okay, you don't like that. So
7, and that goes to like 10.
Okay.
Okay, so you're talking almost 8 hours of streaming a day.
Yeah.
All right. Every morning when I start, I bring it up. I'll say, "Oh, here's where we are with our goals for the week, and here's what we're doing today with this
maybe
and
I
that,
don't
and
take
here's
as
how
much
you contribute."
cheese.
And then during the course of if I'm doing a podcast or whatever, I might bring it up like halfway through the podcast or near the end of the show. If we're near hitting a goal,
Yeah.
like let's say for example we're at 100. I gotta get my kitty down. He's Jasper, everybody. Jasper.
Oh,
Kitty
there
trying to
he
steal the
is.
spot right here.
You got
He's
little white
cooking me
feet. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's fine.
So-
I don't think they mind it. It's okay.
No, everyone loves a cute animal.
Yeah.
So, but let's say, for example, we're getting close to a goal. Oh, we're at $100
Mm-hmm.
out of the 150 goal for today. I'm going to bring it up, say, hey, we're there. We're in the home stretch, guys. Hey, please contribute if you like the content, And now,
Sure.
the thing is, I also my audience is here every day. I ham it up sometimes. I do it as a joke. I'll like overly go overboard on purpose. And the audience knows it's a joke. But someone who clips it out of context and throws it out there, look what Phil did today.
Yeah.
I can't believe the audience is laughing at it. They're having fun with it. They know I'm not serious. They know that.
So they like that. What you're saying is they like you begging for money.
They think it's funny.
They
for me to
want
ham it
you.
up.
Do you think that they want you?
Dude, he's coping here. He is deeply coping with the idea that all of these people are like doing it because he says he's hamming it up. There are people that ham it up, and I agree, do that. DSP, you're not one of them. The people in your chat are not. They're laughing at you, not with you. The lack of self-awareness
Do they
is
want me to
absolutely
ask for
astounding.
contributions actively?
Yes.
No.
Oh. Okay.
But they want me to succeed.
Okay.
They want me to be
Well, people
successful.
don't. Okay, people who I don't understand this whole idea of like there are people who want people to get off the internet, like, right? Like we talk about, a lot of people would like to see Smash go off the internet. Me personally, I wouldn't. I am enjoying his crash out and downfall. How far are we into this? 35 minutes, and we're at 10, so we're doing all right. Like, it's I don't want the people that I'm laughing at to go away, right? Eventually you'll get tired of them. Cyrax is the one lolcow who needs to be permabanned from the internet. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. But that's a whole different slew of reasons, right? Oh, Nova Online is another one. But he is, although they're both clearly pedophiles, right? Nova Online being one of the worst. So I don't think I know him. Solimanth, I might, but I don't think I know that one. You'll have to send me some stuff on him.
For example, there was a day I actually tested it out. Not once did I ask for a contribution during an entire day.
So you went a whole day without asking for money?
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
I made $30.
Well, what's the
whole
average
day.
that you made? Well, yeah, okay, that's fine. But like, what's the average though? Like,
I would
not
say
have
each
a-
stream. Oh wait. What's the average that I try to make a stream?
Yeah.
Or what's the average?
what's the
Oh,
average a
every
day?
stream,
Yeah, a day.
I have a
you
goal.
said you do
Each stream that I do, I have a goal of $150, and I stream twice a day.
So you want $300 a day?
I would like that. I don't always get it. I do sometimes, and that's nice when I do.
What's the ratio that you get $300 in a day? Like how like what percent do you get it half the time? 20% of the
I would
time?
have to I would have to analyze. I would say today I actually get it more often than not. today.
Wow.
Like it didn't used to be like that. It used to be
cozy.
a lot worse. And then what
150 a
happened is in
day
the last
sounds
year
so
and a half,
cozy. Yeah.
I admitted to the WWE champion sting. I apologized for it to everyone for lying over the years. I said, listen, it's in the past. I'm not doing that
Honestly,
stuff anymore. As
that's
can
where
see,
you
my
and
money
I
is
are
actually going
somewhat
towards the
different.
it's going
Some people, I want to get away, but that's because these people make a living off slander and lying about people. Yeah, and I understand that idea. I want people to stop the believing in the lies and slander and just realize that these people are lolcows that should just be made fun of. And generally that means it's going to push them offline because they're not going to they're not going to stick around once they realize no one wants to hear from them. But if they want to keep pushing the issue and trying to get famous again, that's a tale as old as time, watching someone fight for that.
towards the business. It's going towards important things.
Yeah.
I'm out of financial distress thanks to you guys. Thank you so very much. I'm so grateful that my fans are supporting me in this way and allowing me to have kind of like a second chance at life, because now things are better. I'm coming out of that tunnel that I was in there.
Yeah.
And
Just do that for
they're
now. Get
they're coming out and
tables.
supporting the content because of it, and I'm very grateful for it. But what happens is the detractors clip these moments and say, oh, see, all he does is e-bag all day and he makes $20 a stream. That's not true at all. I'm actually doing really well for myself. I'm happy with where I am right now.
So if you're doing really well, why do you keep begging?
Windows.
Because that's how it works. That's the formula.
So it's like basically you have
stream.
to keep doing. You think that the more that you ask for money, the more money you get, or is
Not
there like a
necessarily.
But there's a min max level of that where it's like you can get at a certain point, you ask the optimum amount of times and you get the optimum amount of money. Is that basically it?
Less I want to see these people off the internet, and more I want people to stop giving a fuck about them, what these people say. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on it. Like you don't want people to believe them. Like what these people are saying it's usually incredibly unhinged and wrong, but or fake, made up things like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean they deserve to get kicked off. I'll always say it needs to get kicked off. They deserve to be made fun of, and they deserve to not be listened to. But I'm a firm believer people can get on here and say whatever they want. I want people to be smarter. Yeah, which is really hard to do.
There's like a ratio.
Yes and no, because for me, what I find is it really depends on what I'm doing. Like, I've been around since 2008, right? So I have a variety of viewers who come for specific things. Like, I do variety content, complete different kinds of games. So there might be someone who comes by only when I play an RPG, or someone who only comes by when I play an FPS.
Yeah, sure.
If I stand there and I just keep asking that audience over and over, it might not work. Or it could be that there's someone who's like, oh crap, that's right, Phil's streaming, and today I want to support him. And
so you're like reminding them to give you money. You're like, oh, they might have forgotten, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot I had to give them $5.
Yes, and to be clear, because I see the reason that you're making, okay, and it's fine, I get it. Did you know that before I became a full-time streamer in 2017, that I was not someone who asked for contributions at all? In fact, I was staunchly against it, and I criticized it.
Listen.
So why? I mean, I guess so. So like, what happened?
Yeah.
So I guess like you had another job.
No. So
you were unemployed.
I was laid off from an office job that I had in 2010.
Okay.
Then I tried to make YouTube my living, and it worked. And that started in 2011. So from 2011 to 2017, but the majority of my income was just ad revenue on videos on YouTube. And I wasn't doing streaming where I was asking for subs, asking for memberships, asking for super chats, asking for tips. I did have a Patreon at one point that I was using for like side projects and things. But for the most part,
would you shout out the Patreon?
No, I don't even. I barely use the Patreon anymore. It's like a legacy thing, so it's not even worth shouting.
So basically, for a long time, you weren't asking for money, but then I guess like whenever you're, I'm assuming like
getting
the way that the timeline
shows just how, dumb he used to be, and he used to have a hard stance on not getting interviewed by anybody, right? But now I guess He's looking for a boost. Yeah, 100%. Asmongold is trying to gotcha in Virtue Signal. His audience will eat this kind of stuff up. So we'll see. We'll see if he can turn it around in the final 30 minutes.
And you're explaining it to me is, it seems like the reason why you started asking for money was probably because you got demonetized and like your YouTube revenue got fucked up. Is that what I'm assuming?
It wasn't demonetization. It was a combination of factors. I had already mentioned the copyright strike thing in 2015. So my channel was always one of the highest ranked gaming channels on YouTube for a long time. And then in 2015, I got hit with all these false copyright strikes. Machinima/YouTube told me to delete a bunch of videos. So I did. And my channel got thrown right out of the recommended algorithm. Like every fall, I used to call it the hardcore gaming season. All the big AAA games come out in the fall, right? And so I get a giant boost of views. That year, I was removed from the algorithm.
That big.
I had no additional viewers whatsoever in the fall. It was like flat.
What's going on here?
And so my revenue tanked. And I struggled for about 2 years there to try to stay afloat, still just trying to do ad revenue.
I do not have anywhere for meals.
I couldn't do it. It just continued this plateau, and I couldn't get any views from the algorithm anymore. It was kind of like my legacy viewers kept watching me, and that was it. So then I became a full-time live streamer in 2017, and then I started with the whole, the e-begging, whatever you want to call it. And I've been successful doing that for
exactly what it was.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, $300 a day is a lot of money.
That's a lie. He was never that big. You mean after he got caught whacking off, he was shadow banned? Yeah, I mean, that'll kind of like do it for you. You'll ruin your career over something like that.
I mean, your channel, the DSP Gaming channel, was in 2010, and you said you were uploading since 2008. So where was the original channel?
The original channel is just called Darkside Phil. And that's really primitive stuff. That's old stuff. That's my original content, just camera. I wasn't even on camera in that content. You know, it was just kind of like recording my screen with a camera. Those are my oldest playthroughs.
Is that channel still active?
It is active. It's not even monetized. It's just legacy content. If you want to go check it out, it's like 2.5 years where I did it as a hobby. I started before you could monetize gameplay videos. You could even make $1 on a gameplay video. So I had passion for it. I liked doing it as a hobby for 2.5 years. And then in 2010, I said, I want to kind of do it a little bit more seriously. That Darkside Phil channel had gotten a false copyright strike. And I said, let me start fresh. I'll make a new channel. So I did. And that's when DSP Gaming started in 2010.
Oh, DSP
well, there was an accusation
right
like people had that like you told people to click ads, and that's one of the reasons why you had your ad revenue taken away. Did you do that?
So here's the story.
Oh no, I guess I was thinking of someone else. It leads to his current YouTube
like
account.
Dream.
So Asmongold wasn't finding him because he watched. So basically, Asmongold couldn't find him because Asmongold doesn't watch his channel. He watches all the detractors. So that's how he gets pulled up. But if you type in his name, it's the first result. Yeah, what a surprise. Oh goodness. Can I only make wait. First result, funny.
Go ahead. But similar, like people never thought that I would look like this. They thought, they always say my voice doesn't match the body. Like my voice, like I look different than I sound, I guess.
Tormented Souls too at the moment. Okay.
Now, keep in mind back then, I was not making any money doing any of this. I didn't have monetized videos, but people liked my content. I've been doing it for just about a year, and people wanted to see more. Can you play this game? Can you get this console? Can you do this? And I was like, well, I can't monetize my gameplay videos, but what I could do is do like a vlogging channel and see if I can get that into the YouTube partner program. And it worked. It did. Like I got it monetized. And all I was doing over there was a few vlogs every week. I think this is when I actually started the DSP Tries It series, where I started like taste testing food and stuff like that. You know, it was just like try anything, because I could monetize that channel, make a few extra bucks. Didn't make a lot of money, but hey, every buck counts when this is your hobby and you're just trying to buy games and finance, you know, your hobby. So I did the face reveal video. In the video, I brought up, hey, you know, I don't make any money on the gameplay, but if you were to go over to the vlogging channel and watch the videos and click the ads, you would
Okay.
help me out. Yeah, I actively said that. 100%. It's in black and white. You
To
can
be
see
honest,
it right
I'd
now.
throw that,
It
but
wasn't like
I'm check out my DMs. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm assuming on X. I am assuming on X. Let's see. Darkside Phil, also known as Paul Burnell, is a content creator known for his Let's Play videos and live streams, particularly in fighting game and Dark Souls communities. He is a controversial figure who gained a large following for his hatedom due to his perceived poor gameplay, toxic and salty demeanor, and a pattern of blaming others for his mistakes and misfortunes. Yep. He is, but a lot of his talking points are the same talking points I've heard from him before. None of this is necessarily like new. He's still kind of pushing away what he did. So, okay, 14 years ago. So his old stuff. Hold on. We're going to listen to you.
Okay, 10 to 20 million views, my fucking ass. I looked up popular, which obviously orders it by most views. 3.2 million views 15 years ago for Spider-Man Dimensions. And then 12 years ago, 1.2 million views, 973,000, 750,000, 483,000, 402,000, 365,000. Where the fuck is 10 to 20 million views, you lying bald fuck? Okay, 10 to 20 million
Thank
views,
you.
my fucking ass. I looked up
Oh,
popular,
God.
which obviously orders it by most views.
We got it. Oh man, I love angry. Let's see here. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, he's playing himself up like he was this big guy that everybody loved, but yeah, you're right. I do remember, yeah, I have seen his gameplay where he's just super toxic. So even then, when he's really talking about how he used to say slurs or whatever, that's not even, doesn't even seem to be the reason why people don't like him. Oh, go back to gaming.
3.2 million views 15 years ago for Spider-Man Dimensions.
Oh, wrong one.
And then
Wrong one.
intentional. Like at that point,
We
I
do
didn't
like
even
hearing
know
your
that that was
voice,
a
though.
problem. Okay. Now here's where the narrative's
All right.
broken, because my detractors will say, "Well, that's why you had all these financial problems, because you lost your monetization on YouTube."
Yeah.
No, I lost my monetization on YouTube in December of 2010. That video was put up in like early to mid 2009.
Uh-huh.
It had nothing to do with that video at all. Okay.
Sure.
Here's what really happened.
Okay.
I was
Here's what
working
really
a
happened.
full-time office job, and that was my real income. That's where I was paying my mortgage with and everything. Okay. I got laid off in October 2010.
Every time I hear mortgage,
And
I think of
there was no other jobs like in that sector. Like basically the economy.
Well, that was during the
apart, right?
Lol Cow
2008 recession.
podcast.
Yeah, of course.
It was a recession, right? I was like, dude, I just bought a condo, and I'm like, how am I gonna pay my mortgage? I don't have a job. What am I gonna do? Go get 2-3 part-time jobs, you know?
Sure.
So I said, all right, guys, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to figure this out, but in the meantime, I'm gonna double down on vlogging. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of vlogs because that's the content that's monetized. I still, even in 2010, you couldn't monetize gameplay yet. So I'm like, please, you know, let's go watch my content over there. And in 1 month, I went from making like 500.
I love the game music playing. It's like sad music playing while Phil details his misfortune. Like the smallest violin in the world playing the saddest song.
$100 on ad revenue to like $15,000. Okay.
Oh,
It's pretty
wow.
big increase.
Okay, so you're making $15,000 a month at some point.
Yes, that was in 2010, late 2010. Now this is the personal AdSense
Okay.
through YouTube.
How do you make $15,000 a month and get your? I mean, I know things can happen where you fall into like financial troubles, but you don't put some of that away. You know, like I've never made that much money a month. Uh, and we put stuff away. Like if something happens, I have a few months of pay. I'll come on here and start begging for money, I guess, if something goes wrong. But I also have I have military money coming in, so
YouTube.
So you were
okay?
balling. Okay, that's pretty
So-
good.
And then the next month, I made $18,000.
Wow.
And YouTube said, there's something wrong here. How can this guy overnight go from making 500 to 13,000 to 18,000? This doesn't make sense. And they suspended my AdSense account and said, we think that there's invalid clicking activity. We think that you have people who are going to your ads and just going crazy on them because they feel bad for you because you lost your job.
So
and that's not the intention.
it's kind of like the vest thing, right? Where like everybody wanted, and the vest thing was so popular that you had to stop it. And it's the same thing with YouTube. That like it's a suffering from success. You came up too fast and they weren't ready for it.
In that case, absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely. You realize he's making fun of you there, right? Like you have to realize that what he's doing is making fun of you.
exactly what happened. Is people felt bad. Back then, I was like the underdog. Everyone liked my content and wanted to support me because I had lost my job, and they all went overboard. And I lost my AdSense at that time.
Yes.
Later on, years later, I got it unsuspended and everything after a time period had passed. But that's when I ended up having to go get
he's
partnered
pulling the
with,
friend
another
the
company
good
like
cop
Machinima
card.
to make revenue on YouTube again.
So okay, so all that happened, and now like, are you getting ad revenue on YouTube and everything is fine, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, so
ad revenue
everything's
on YouTube
totally
is perfectly
okay.
fine.
There's no issues anymore. And so well, if I understand this, so like, okay, so you were not asking for money because you were getting ad revenue.
Yeah, you thought
and now
Colin
you're
was
getting
smooth
ad
when he
revenue
messaged
still, and you still
yeah.
asked for money.
I mean,
is it just
give Asmongold all the hate you want. He has some of the most retarded takes that are out there, but he is a good speaker. That's what he's been doing his whole life.
because it's not as much as it used to be? Is that pretty much it? Like, would there ever be,
I mean-
like, theoretically, right? If you got $15,000 a month now, because like, also, do you increase the amount of money that you try to get per year, like based off of inflation? Because I saw a video of like you asking for $300, and this was like 2 years ago. It's gone up a lot since then, right? So like, it should be like
Yeah.
I still need to find a job since I'm going to finish with college this upcoming spring of 2026. No more financial aid. I did work in Family Dollar a year and a half from late 2020 to early 2022. I get it. Just keep finding. And what I tell people is sometimes you got to find something you don't like so that you can find something that you do. You know, get income coming in and then go from there.
$315.
Yeah, I get
no,
it.
I mean, it's all just like kind of an arbitrary thing. I'm not sitting here with a calculator trying to figure out exactly what should be made, what does. I've tried different amounts.
How
I've
long
tried
have you
different streaming techniques.
done the $300 goal?
Probably all this year.
Well, it was
Probably
2
since
years
the
ago,
beginning of
right?
this
I mean,
year.
it was 2 years ago, and so I mean, like, when did you start doing it?
The $300 goal,
Yeah.
like 2 streams of 150. That was definitely this year. Now,
No, 'cause it
previously I've
says
tried
two-
other things.
Because
I've tried.
there's a
I've done
YouTube
streams of
video
just
with a
100.
title that says that
Yeah, it's here where I live, everything's really spread out. It's not a close-in city. Transit is terrible. So it's really $3,600. So it's almost a requirement to have a car to be able to get a job anywhere. Unless you can find somebody who's willing to drive you. Oh, the Secret Service is hiring? Nice. 40K sign up. So let's hear that. again.
Things.
because
I've
there's
tried.
there's a
I've done
YouTube
streams of
video
just
with a
100.
title that says that you've been doing it 2 years ago. So
Well,
is
again,
the YouTube
I've
video
changed the
lying?
amounts.
Okay.
No, I've changed the amounts over the year. Sometimes it was 100. There was
Right.
times that it was 200. It's gone up and down based on what the market will bear, essentially.
So it is for
like,
inflation. Okay.
you got to test it. You got to see
Yeah.
what people are willing to support with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for the record, you're talking about the ad revenue thing. Do I have ad revenue right now? Yes, I do. Is it anywhere near what I used to make? Absolutely not. The ad revenue has tanked because my views are way low because everyone steals my content.
Yeah.
So I don't get a lot of views on my content anymore. My own content. The thing is, everyone knows DSP. Everyone watches DSP. They just don't watch DSP on DSP Gaming. They watch it everywhere else. So I don't make anything when you watch.
This belief that like everybody just wants to watch DSP. I don't think that's it. People like watching the clips of you, yes, because they're funny, because they're pathetic, because it makes them feel better about themselves. Whatever you want to say with it, but it's not because they like watching you.
Watch me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so the ad revenue is kind of it's nice to have a little bit of side income, but that's nothing like what it used to be. Back then, we're talking 10 years ago, everyone watched DSP on DSP Gaming. I was making 10,000, 20,000 views on a gameplay video, just a
Right.
raw gameplay video, you know? Now I make a few hundred. So it's pretty insane the decline there because people rip it right away. They restream it live. They
Sure.
put it on their channel before I even have a chance to get someone to watch it on mine.
I mean, there's a video here, and it has almost 5 million views, and it's about you. Of
Oh,
Darks
yeah.
from Turkey
Tons of them.
Tom. It's a 2. This is longer than.
Oh,
I think
okay,
it's,
but that's
I think it
not.
might be longer.
That's you see what he's trying to do here? Like, oh, look how much money Turkey Tom made off of DSP. Yeah, he does long form content videos on all sorts of degenerate locale shit. That's not the same as someone flat ripping his content and putting it back up online. I don't think those guys are getting millions of views.
Than the Two Towers, Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
That's
there's
incredible.
a 4-hour documentary from last year from June the King, and I reacted to that whole thing.
Wow.
June, yeah,
Okay.
I remember June the
So
King.
all right. So there's been a lot of these, and yeah. By the way, it should be $325 now. If you had started it 2 years ago, that's right. Yeah. So it should be a little bit higher. So if you were making, let's say, $15,000, is there? Let's just say, is there a number that's like semi-reasonable?
Plus, how
that
big
you
is
would-
Turkey Tom again? Turkey Tom's a huge YouTuber now. I mean, he's basically a content farm. Let's see.
would get to, and you would say, okay, I'm now
What the
making
fuck
this
is
much
going on
money
here?
on my streams.
Okay, cool. Turkey Tom. Yeah, he's 1.5 million YouTuber. Of course, he's gonna pull, big numbers like that. So, what are you gonna do? That's not them stealing your content, right?
Get to, and you would say, okay, I'm now making this much money on my streams. I don't need to ask people for money anymore. Like, is there ever going to be a universe where you stop asking for money?
That's a good question, but okay,
Probably
let's think
not.
of this reasonably, right? Like, cost of living.
Okay, so the answer is
being
no.
Able to be self-sufficient.
Okay.
No, it's not true. Here's. I've said this before. People have said to me,
Go ahead.
listen, I know. People
Go
have asked me
ahead, go
questions
ahead,
like
go
this.
ahead.
One question that they ask me all the time. Phil, right now, let's say you were to win the lotto. Now, let's say you didn't
Yeah.
become like insanely wealthy, but let's say you won $10-20 million. Right?
That's pretty. That's pretty good.
Would you still stream? And the answer that I say, yes, I would still stream. It would be way decreased from what I do now. I wouldn't be doing 6 days a week. Maybe I do 2-3 days a week because I like doing it.
6 days a week is.
But it would basically be my hobby.
yeah.
I would not accept contributions, or if I accepted contributions, I would donate them all
I would do
because I don't need the money.
I would do 5
$20
days a
million.
week.
I'm probably good for the rest of my life.
But I would also I would do what a lot of people won't do. I would, if I was to do say y'all ever made this, y'all ever got me enough views, or like I got up to that point where I could do it as a job. Once it becomes like I'm doing this, for more long-term stuff, I would probably stream 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then take a 2 day off somewhere, right? Because, I mean, if you're gonna do it, put in the work.
No,
I would
don't
say
need to
so.
worry about. I don't need to fucking do nothing, you know. So that's it. Like I love what I do. I do it for the passion of doing it. I'm not doing it to sit here and beg all day. I say to my audience all the time, I wish I didn't.
But yet you do beg all day. Come on. Like that's what you are doing. You are begging people for money. If you were just doing it because you loved it, I don't think you would be begging for money. You want it to be your job.
Have to ask you guys for anything. It was awesome back in the day before the channel got screwed up. And
Yeah.
the views plummeted and the ad revenue plummeted. It was just about playing the games. But now what's happened is I've changed my content. Now I'm a more social streamer.
Uh-huh.
Now a lot of the times it's more about hanging out and having a good time and conversing rather than the game. A lot of the more popular things I do are not necessarily like difficult games. It'll be like
Is
a
it?
chill game, a game where we're just sitting back and talking and relaxing when I play. You have that social element, and then people say, hey, well, I really liked what we did today. We hung out, we had a good time. Here's a contribution. As opposed to, you know, oh, here's a video you watched and I made ad revenue on it because you liked that I raged in the video. It's like a completely different kind of content, very different component.
So yeah, you have people that like you and they're going to give you money. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I think that's the way streaming generally works.
Here,
I mean,
hold on. I named my inn Smash's Corner. I thought that'd be a good start. Thought that was a good name.
makes a lot of sense. I mean, and you do exist inside of an ecosystem with other people that are similar to you. Who would you say like kind of has the same type of detractors that you have?
Oh, you're just talking about the lolcow universe.
Well, I didn't want to use
and-
that word, but yeah.
But listen, the thing is, I used
Yeah.
to be so angry when people
this is
called me a
what I mean.
lolcow, but now
Uh-huh.
I understand. If you're a lolcow, it's not because of your choice. It's because people have made you a lolcow. Like
Oh.
they have chosen to try to elicit a kind of reaction from you. They're going to try to get your goat every day on stream. And you're human. You're going to give them that reaction every once in a while. If that's what they want, now
Yeah.
you're a lolcow. They got the laugh out of you, right?
Right.
So you could call me a lolcow. I don't care.
Okay.
Really, at this point, it's just no big fucking deal.
I didn't know if it
You
was
know,
like a
I get it.
slur or something, but okay, yeah, no, it's fine.
No.
So
In truth, unless I'm not gonna get offended at anything. like
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
say,
get
unless
it.
You say
I
I'm
get
a
it.
murderer or something.
yeah,
you know?
probably not. As far as I know.
I
So-
mean, he's been called. I'm pretty sure he had a big problem with people calling him a lolcow for a long time. So now he's just trying to dig into it. I'm sure it's still on a level bothers him.
Okay, well, what do you think about? I'm gonna give you some names, and I'm curious to get your opinion on some of these guys. What do you think about Wings of Redemption?
Like in general, or
Yeah.
is he similar to me? Like just
Yeah,
in general,
like, would you consider him kind of similar to you?
in the situation that he's in with people who harass him every day,
Yeah.
restream his stuff, steal his stuff. Yes, that
Okay.
we are similar in that regard. Correct. Not the content we put out or the issues that people have with us. I think the issues they have with us are completely different, but the fact that they do the same, they
Yeah,
try to
that's where
elicit
the
the
tables start
response from
flipping.
him. They try to harass him. They try to mess with his income.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's similar there.
Okay. Well, what about Boogie? Boogie 2988.
That's
Yeah,
who I was
don't know.
thinking
To
of,
be
Boogie.
frank, I don't know much about him. Like I know
Uh-huh.
the content he used to make, and I don't know what level of like harassment or detractors he's had. I haven't really followed him that well to even really answer that question fairly.
Yeah.
But to my understanding, yes, he's a lolcow, and
Boogie's
he was
probably up
he's
there
part
in,
of
like,
whole
one of the
lolcow
top,
live universe and
like,
all of that.
tier.
that
Oh,
they do
yeah.
their content.
So what about Low Tier God?
Yeah, he has a community very similar where they data mine his stuff
Uh-huh.
to find things that he's said and done. They
child
have
support,
bad
yeah.
memes, things, the child support joke,
Yeah.
and all of that.
So you
Yeah,
know about it even.
absolutely. Yeah, of course.
Who in the LOLcow universe deserves to be in the universe the least?
The least?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like
the truth,
who is
Dude,
the most unfairly treated?
Asmongold, to be honest with you, I don't follow this stuff. I don't like unlike a lot of these people who they get like into it because they try to like profit from it or ride with it. I try to just stay out of it. I've always said like there's this big vortex around me.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of like the eye of the storm, But
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to the storm. I'm just trying to do my own thing on stream every day. I want to stay out of the toxic shit. I don't want to try to benefit from the drama.
Right.
I don't even want to talk about that shit on my streams. I don't
Okay.
have drama streams and shit like that. I
So
just
you don't have
So-
so you don't really start drama with other people. You don't really talk about other people. Like I've seen a couple of clips of you talking about me, but this is like over the last 3 years, right? So like it's not really that
Yeah.
often. And like
It's
especially for somebody
usually
like me.
someone brings you up, or
Yeah, of
someone
course.
will bring up an LTG, then I'll respond. But in general, it's a very rare occurrence where I'll just bring up, oh yeah, this asshole today did this, haha,
Yep.
let's laugh at them. Almost never. I would almost never do that, and I don't react to content like that either. Very rarely.
Okay, so that's kind of a good thing, I would say. Have you ever thought about doing that? Like starting like a lolcow podcast or like making more drama videos or anything like that? Or is it just not something that's interesting to you?
Well, first off, I mean, Keemstar wanted me to be part of the Lolcow podcast.
What do you think
Yeah,
about
we did.
Keemstar?
It started. I think Keemstar is a smart guy in that he knows how to make content that people will watch and support.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with the content he makes, but that doesn't mean that I have to. Like, I can say, okay, that's not for me, but respect to the guy who actually was successful doing that content, right?
Okay,
I used
yeah,
to be
sure.
a hater. I used to actually hate on that content and be a jerk about it, but now I'm like, why am I going to be a hater?
Who
I shouldn't be a hater.
do you hate?
Who do I hate?
Yes.
Like, outright hate a person?
Who do you hate? Whose
No one.
content do you watch that makes you mad?
No one. I don't hate watch content at all.
So,
I don't.
all right, what about how much do you know about pirate software?
Very little.
Do you know
I
what
of the
happened with pirate?
controversy.
All right, can you explain it to me?
From what I'm to understand, I guess Pirate Software was someone who said that he worked at Blizzard. I guess he did.
He did.
And so he became this like big respected game dev. He was making an indie game for a long time. And I guess he kept making promises that he was going to release this part of the game, this part of the game. And he kept making excuses why he wasn't doing it, even
Yes.
though it was like crowdfunded and everything. And then come to find out over the years, his web of lies kind of unraveled that half the shit that he was saying why the game wasn't being delivered was not true. And then I guess for what I'm to understand, and again, I could be wrong. You correct me if I'm wrong, because this is a very broad understanding. I guess people always thought he
Yeah.
was really good at MMOs because he worked at Activision Blizzard, and then he played World of Warcraft and he like made critical errors and sucked at it, and then he blamed everyone else, so people hated him for it. Kind of sounds a little similar to kind of my
He knows
early days.
quite a bit of lore on pirate software for someone who, me and you are on the same, like, for someone who doesn't watch or engage with that kind of content. Like, that's interesting to know. Like I'm like, okay, he actually is getting a lot of that lore fairly correct, right? He's not perfect, but
Days when like I was always saying, "Oh, my shit doesn't stink." I'm like conceited and everything, and then I got angry when people criticized me. So I kind of see like a little parallel there, maybe.
Do you have any advice for him?
Well, I don't know what happened to him. What's going
Okay.
on with him at this point?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's kind of honestly. I respect Thor. I think Thor's a great guy, but he went through a lot of drama with classic WoW, and like I was curious because I'm a big WoW guy. I used to be at least, and so I was curious, like kind of like what your abbreviated version of it was compared to like what somebody like me knows.
for a moment I thought I came back to talking about Grums. What do you got, Grums on the brain?
That is a a purveyor in all drama, slop, and garbage. And so I think that you're definitely like kind of on point with that. And yeah, you were right about all of this. I mean, I would say so, yeah. And so what advice would you give somebody who is making content and wants to avoid being a lolcow?
Oh, you heard Blizzard. Gotcha.
Oh man. See,
Wrong,
for me,
wrong milk,
Here's-
milker.
I've
Wrong milk
been doing
tea.
this for so long.
Yeah.
There was no track record of people who had done content like I was doing to follow. There was no blueprint. There was no history to follow.
Right.
So you didn't know what was right. Back in the day, I would say and do whatever the hell I wanted, thinking I'm never going to get in trouble for this. Here we are 15 years later. People are trying to cancel me
Yeah.
for something I said in 2010, acting like I said it yesterday.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So what I would say is, today, if you're a content creator, you actually have examples that you can look at and you can analyze and you can see what's worked and what hasn't. You can look at someone like me. someone like Boogie, someone like Wings, someone like LTG, whoever you want to say is the
Sure.
lol cow of the day, Pirate Software.
Whoever your favorite
and
one
see
is.
what they, exactly, and see the mistakes they've made and learn from them. Take these people's life experiences and try to do stuff better. Because for someone like me, I was considered an innovator back in the day. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
And now, you know, here we are. I'm in the situation I'm in. I'm like, well, hindsight's 2020. Now I look back and say, man, I was an asshole back then. But there's nothing I could do about it now. I'm just living with that.
Sure. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, there's been a number of clips I've seen about the tears. Have you seen the one with the Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, okay, let me think. Zelda. So that was the
Innovator.
one. The meme. I'm trying to remember the meme, because remember, there's always a meme about me. Wasn't the meme that I sucked at doing the puzzles with the building shit, and I just like, it was like I was
you
smashing my
suck
head
at
against the wall trying to
games.
solve the puzzles, while other people would solve it like super quick or something like that. I think that was the meme anyway.
Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for me, here's me. I'm ass backwards. If there's something
Yeah.
that's simple, I can't do it. It's like I'm a dunce. I'll have a square peg and I'm trying to shove it into a round hole, right? But then you'll present me with the most complex puzzle or hard boss fight, and I'll beat it.
Dude, you're fucking gaslighting yourself. You're gaslighting yourself, and Asmon is making you gaslight yourself. you gotta, oh man, you can't be this dense.
Like second try. It's weird. Like I'm just like opposite.
okay,
in my head, I
okay.
don't
So, how many tries did it take you to beat Moania in Elden Ring?
It took me, it was just half a stream, and then another stream. I think it was 4 hours.
Okay, all
I could
right.
be
I mean,
wrong. I think
that's
it was 4 hours.
probably on par, I would say. And
Yeah.
so you can.
But
Okay, go ahead.
The final boss of Sekiro,
Ishin.
3 tries. 15 minutes.
Man,
Okay.
it's better
All
than
right.
me.
That's respectable. It is. All right. That's pretty
Stupid.
good.
It's just
Yeah,
dumb.
it's not too
Why-
bad. I
why?
suck at that game.
I don't know. I destroyed him.
So
Everyone's like, "What
sometimes
the hell did you
sometimes
just
you're
do?"
really good at games, sometimes you're not. And it's just like that's just I guess kind of like a like your way of thinking is different. So sometimes you'll immediately pick up on something, and other times you won't even be able to figure out the ball pressure plate thing. Is that pretty much accurate?
Exactly
Yes.
right. I would say for sure. People like watching my streams because they completely get to see this weird take on shit that they're like, how does he get into these situations? But then how did he fucking do that so quick? You know?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I haven't seen the Sekiro thing. I'm gonna have to look at it again. And apparently, there's Battlefield 6 was another one. That.
Oh, I did terrible at that game.
So did
I'm
I.
also currently doing awful at Call of Duty. I
Yeah.
can't fucking play it this year to save my life. I can't. I'm just sucking horribly at it.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I mean, so this is, I mean, it's very interesting to talk to you about it because, I mean, I've heard about a lot of these stories. Like, I've seen the detractor videos and I've seen a lot of this stuff. Do you
I swear to
wish
God,
that the
if my followers
detractors would
played
stop
me,
making
I'm
videos
going
about
to be
you?
real disappointed. I
No.
might do.
Because it's their
Oh.
right. It is their right within the law to make a transformative work about me
Sure.
and to criticize me or to make fun of me. That's fine.
Yeah.
What I don't want and what is illegal and should stop immediately is people who are live restreaming me right now because they're not adding anything. They're literally illegally stealing the content and making views and money on it. People who rip my shit raw and just put it up illegally. That has to stop. But I can't stop it because I can't be issuing lawsuits up, down, left, and right. I
Yeah.
don't make that much money to be doing that. And plus, I don't want to tie up courts with this shit with how many people are out there doing it. So that
Yeah,
needs to
that
stop. The
would take
transformative
forever.
work stuff, I have no problems with. Go for it.
So would you, if you could, would you claim their ad revenue for yourself?
If there was a way to do it, but to my knowledge, and maybe
Okay.
you know different from me,
Yeah.
you need to be with a partner network, and the partner network works with YouTube to do it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not with a partner network. I'm on my own, AdSense account.
Okay.
So,
All
I
right.
don't
Well,
know how
that
to do
makes
that.
sense. I mean, I'm curious, like, obviously I've asked you a lot. Do you have any questions you have for me?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, go ahead,
And
all
thank
right.
you. By the way,
Yeah.
I just to be clear here, I'm not offended at anything you asked. I think
Yeah,
that
sure.
was great questioning, and I think that you were very fair and you were very respectful.
I
so
try to
thank you
be.
for that.
Yeah, of course. I try to do as
Now-
much as I can. Go ahead.
I know that once I go off this stream, you'll probably laugh about it and talk shit about me.
Well, I mean, it depends on if I see the Tears of the Kingdom clip again. I mean, let's be honest.
I don't care if you talk shit about me. I don't. But the thing is, I've had some bad situations with snaking where a couple years ago I was on a podcast. The way that they spun it was, so we're going to have you on this podcast. We're going to interrogate you. And then after that, we're going to have you on as a guest, and we're going to do all kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah, initially it might be negative, but then after that, it's going to be positive.
Was that like
They
Kino
completely
Casino or something like that that did that to him?
reneged on it. After they did it, they basically snaked me, and they turned it into this 3-ring circus, like 3 weeks of content, making fun of me, milking my detractors for money. It was really fucked up. All right? So I appreciate that you have actually given me the chance to just come and talk to you in front of your audience. And I think that it was a fun conversation. I do. I enjoyed the questions you asked. I don't think that anything was unfair or inflammatory there.
I try not to be, right? I mean, I think that's, I try to ask the questions that, I have and other people have, etc. Yeah, sure. What questions do you have for me? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so here's a question I got for you. Honest question, because you're huge, right? I don't even know, like, your viewership, because I don't watch you, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't take offense. I don't watch anyone, really.
Based.
So I don't, it's not like I'm choosing to not watch you or anything like that.
Yeah, sure.
So on an average day, it seems like, man, your formula of content creation is way different from mine. Like, you just kind of sit down and you roll with it. Whatever your people are presenting you on a stream, you're just kind of like reacting to whatever the news of the day is or whatever, which is so different from what I do. So, for example, let's say on a random day you choose to watch a DSP hate clip from a detractor. There's a new one you want to watch.
Yes.
Today, right? When you watch that clip, do you actually 100% believe everything you're seeing? Or do you think that maybe this could be a spin or a taken out of context kind of a situation? Because I mean, my impression is that a lot of people just watch it for the lulls, right? For the laughs, but they don't realize that maybe what they're watching isn't necessarily the whole truth.
So it depends on the clip. I mean, I think that, like, for example, with, like, putting the balls in the thing with the Tears of the Kingdom, I think that you actually fucked that up. I do. Am I right?
I don't specifically remember when I was doing it the first time.
Okay.
I don't know the Tears of the Kingdom.
That was actually one of the puzzles I did have problems with.
Okay, so you did. All right. So, I mean, there was that. And also, like, I mean, sometimes, like, you've gotten mad at Elden Ring. I think that the majority of those times were probably legitimate. Like, you were probably actually mad. Let me think. Besides that, I watched you play Donkey Kong, and you got hit by basically every spiky thing. I think you probably did. You do that on?
Whoa.
I mean, my impression is that a lot of people just watch it for the lulls, right? For the laughs, but they don't.
Clip. I mean, I think that, like, for example, with, like, putting the balls in the thing with the Tears of the Kingdom, I think that you actually fucked that up. I do. Am I right?
I don't specifically remember when I was doing it the first time.
Okay.
But I think that was actually one of the puzzles I did have problems with.
Okay, so you did. All right. So, I mean, there was that. And also, like, I mean, sometimes, like, you've gotten mad at Elden Ring. I think that the majority of those times were probably legitimate. Like, you were probably actually mad. Let me think. Besides that, I watched you play Donkey Kong, and you got hit by basically every spiky thing. I think you probably did. You do that on? Did you? I bet. Like, you didn't do that on purpose, did you?
I didn't do that on purpose. Okay. Now, of course, taken out of context, that's like one of the 2 times in the entire game you need to surf on that object. That's it. The game literally, it introduces this, and you never use it again. So it's like, here's the one time you need it. Learn it on the fly.
Jesus.
Oh, shit. Okay, so, of course, they're going to have me fail, and that's what they put online, not the fact that, oh, I never had to use it again in the game, so obviously I failed at it.
So it was the game's fault.
No, it's not necessarily the game's fault, but I mean, my reaction's legitimate. I'm upset.
Okay, so all right. And what about? I mean, Mario Kart was crazy, huh?
I do not like this new Mario Kart. I do not like this new Mario Kart, man. I don't.
Okay. So Mario Kart was a little bit more of a struggle. Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, Mario Kart. Back in the day, there was a combination. It was about your skill of driving and knowing the tracks and items. This new Mario Kart, in my opinion, and people could disagree, Mario Kart World is about the items. Like, that's it. Like, there's entire strategies where all you do is bank items and then spam them at the end of a race, and you go from, like, last place to first. And I just don't like that about Mario Kart World. I wish that the game was more skillful, and if you drove well, you'd be rewarded
Sonic
for
Racing
it. In
Cross
general,
Worlds
that
is
doesn't seem
better.
to be the case
I
with
keep hearing that game come up.
Being someone who's played quite a lot of these over the years, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm no expert. I'm not an esports guy into freaking Mario Kart, but it made me rage. It made me go crazy because I want a skillful game. I want a game where I'm driving well and I get rewarded for it, not punished because someone had a godlike item and bypasses me at the last minute.
So a lot of people in my chat are saying that you're right. I'll be honest, they are. I mean, I didn't really. I bought Mario Kart, I never played it, so I'm not even really sure.
From someone
so yeah,
who played
those
it,
are
yeah.
like. But okay, so I guess I was right at least about
Okay,
all
fair
those, and I
enough,
do
Simon.
think that. I mean, the asking for money thing, definitely you do it a lot. I definitely think you do it a lot. But you know, it's like that's the way somebody's gonna do their stream. I mean, fuck, like that's not my problem, right? I mean,
here's the question.
Okay, go
here's
ahead.
the question.
Go ahead.
Your honest answer to this, please.
I'll give you an
okay?
honest answer.
You've seen the clips of how I ask for contributions
Yes.
on my streams and everything. I've just told you, in general, more often than not, I actually hit these goals.
Yes.
Okay? So if I have an audience that comes to my stream every day, enjoys the content enough to support it, doesn't mind me asking like that, is there a problem?
Well, I mean, I think that you're
Okay. Okay. This might be a little bit of a cooking. Let's see where he goes.
introducing a bit of a fallacy there, aren't you? Because there are a lot of people that also don't like it. So you're kind of comparing it to an unknown.
Hold on. Let's
So
go back.
like if you're not doing it and you're not asking for the money, there's not so don't like.
Is there a problem?
Well, I mean, I think that you're introducing a bit of a fallacy there, aren't you? Because there are a lot of people that also don't like it. So you're kind of comparing it to an unknown. So like if you're not doing it and you're not asking for the money, there's not really a control group that you can look at and say, okay, well, with me doing this, I'm making this much money, but if I stop doing it, I would make a different amount of money.
But I already told you that I tried that.
Well,
I
like,
did.
I mean,
I had
for
a
a
day where I
day,
did
right?
not ask, and I made $30.
I mean, would you really say that doing it for a day would be a good point to kind of, I mean, is that really like...
So, I mean, I think DSP is starting to cook him here a little bit. If people want to pay this guy money, that's on them. It's their money. They can do whatever they want. I absolutely agree with that. Asmon doesn't know what a fallacy is. Yeah, that's the truth. But it's not like it's not a fallacy. He's got nothing to compare it to. When you're a content creator, like he's so big he can't fail, right? No matter what he does. He went from just playing video games to full on crazy politics. Not a lot of people can make that switch. So for a normal YouTuber, someone smaller, probably someone like DSP, to make that change, like he stopped doing it for a while. He only made $30, whatever it was for it. He would now have to risk that constantly to see if he's going to make it up. It's kind of it's a huge risk to his business, because that's what this is, knowing that at least with his first little test, he didn't make any money, right? If it's people are coming because they like to watch him beg for money and they're willing to give him that money, like what zero point would he need to go with it? Like this is like asking that question of you're leaving money on the table. Well, how do you know that DSP is leaving money on the table if he stops begging for money?
I mean, I get it. It's something, right? But like in a general sense, I feel like, and also, I mean, do you think that it's worth the negative sentiment and negativity where people have this perception of you of like being a beggar? And like, cause it's hard to measure the negative effect of that because you don't know how many people choose not to watch because of something like that, right? So it's
yeah, but you don't know how many people choose to watch because of that. This is a retarded statement from Asmongold. Like, you don't know what you don't know. He just knows what he's doing right now. So
it's very hard for you to come, like, not you, but like for a person to come to a conclusion with that answer, because it's just impossible to know. That's what I would say.
Okay. Now, in regards to what you're saying here, okay, you're saying basically maybe if I didn't ever ask for contributions, I'd actually get more viewers or whatever.
I think it would,
I get that.
yeah.
But here's the thing, and this is, I've been there. Maybe I know you have detractors too. I just don't know. To what extent it
Every
actually
streamer has
affects.
detractors. Yeah.
Right. For me, okay, if I right now, cold turkey, said to my audience, guess what, guys? I'm never going to ask for a contribution ever again. All right? And I literally did it, and I never did it. That moment, my detractors would move on to another thing that they don't like about me, and that would become the next meme. And the reason that I know that, they've already done it tons of times over the years.
Like with the wrestling game.
But that was a thing for a big time. It is still a thing. Now, because last year I admitted to it, it's in the past. Now it's the begging. That's the new thing. So now the begging is the problem.
The begging's not the new
all the
thing,
other
though,
streamers
bud.
who ask for contributions? Oh, well, that's
The begging's been the thing the whole time.
fine. But because DSP does it, it's not good. Right? Just because of me, because I'm doing it. Anyone else can do it, it's fine. You can have entire people who are based on doing things on their streams that you think are immoral or whatever. That's okay. But if DSP asks for contributions from active viewers who like the content, that's not acceptable. So if I were to not do that, it would just be another thing and another thing. And that's the thing. I don't care. And this maybe will be shocking to people. I don't care about people who don't like me.
Understandable. I mean, I'm the same way. I have a lot of people that don't like me, and you just got to deal with it. Yeah, no,
Right.
I get it.
I'm not here to appease these people, because these people are never going to come to my stream and support the content. They don't care. They're just there to either make fun of me or make a buck by making fun of me. So therefore, why do I give a shit what they say? I'm doing good. I'm hitting my goals. I'm doing well for myself. Why do I care that someone says that I beg too much? My audience doesn't. So why do I care? If my audience outright said to me right now, Phil, you're going overboard. This is ridiculous. And they have done that, to be fair.
And did you dial it back?
Yeah, course correct, right? You got to adjust on the fly. You got to listen to that constructive criticism, and you have to adjust.
Frankly, the correct answer here is that DSP shouldn't care, but he cares too much, which is why he is a genuine lolcow. That's true, because if he didn't care, he wouldn't constantly be talking about it. He would just do his thing. I don't care, but I'm going to tell you about all the detractors and how they're all doing this and that and all things, which is what, is kind of the definition of a lolcow, someone who has to say something, has to talk about it and let it be known when you could just not.
Doing the wrong thing, because if I was doing the wrong thing, I wouldn't be successful. But I am. I'm hitting my goals. I'm doing well. Like I said, this is one of the best years, probably the best year in 10 years that I've had. How am I doing something wrong? I'm making do the only way that I can. Like we just talked about some other people. We talked about Boogie and Wings.
Yeah.
They found success by actually kind of stepping away from their individual content and doing a whole lolcow focused show.
Yeah.
They basically made a public spectacle of themselves. They embarrassed themselves to make money, and it worked.
Isn't that what Asmon does to a certain extent wherever he talks about people clowning on him? Yeah, it is. It is. There's a certain amount of, we could say lolcowdom in that regards from him. And it's a gradient, right? That I think, or a scale, because you can talk about someone who said something or things like that. Like sometimes you actually do have to go to defend yourself. It's when it's a constant thing that has to come up, like I have to say something because this and this, that I think he really starts to become a lolcow. And with Asmongold, he's so big that I don't think most of the people that are watching him to make fun of him. Sure, there's hate watchers, but there's a lot of people that just really believe in what he says, which is showing just how terrible our education system is.
Wings has actually outright said, dude, I made money like a doctor. Now I have money in the bank, so I don't have to worry so much about my normal stream. I don't ever want to do that. I want to just... Good, exactly.
Yeah.
And I had him on the show about a month ago, and I commended him. I said, sir, you need praise for that, because I couldn't do that. I'm the kind of guy, if I was put in that situation because I was offered to be on that show,
Yeah.
I can't. Like, it would drive me nuts. I would hate myself. I would hate the content I'm putting out. And I would feel like I'm a detriment to human existence because I put out crap. I put out slop. I put out this drama
Yeah, I
content
mean,
that
what do you-
doesn't add anything.
He's a gaming channel. Like, it's not it's not like that deep. It's not like high tier content. He just plays video games and begs for money.
How do you feel about
As
my
opposed to-
content?
It's slop.
See, I don't know. I legit, be honest with you, don't watch your content. So I don't know to what extent it is. I've heard that when you react to stuff, you laugh at it more than, like, you're not, when you watch a detractor video of mine, you're not being like, wow, Phil is a piece of garbage and a piece of shit and fuck that guy. You don't do
come
that.
on.
You just kind of laugh at me and say, he sucks at the game or whatever, and you move on to the next.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a problem with that. I don't. As long as it's not coming across with the wrong impression. And sadly, when you say things like, well, Phil's banned from Twitch. Well, no, I'm not.
So you never have been banned from Twitch.
No, I've had those like little quick suspensions.
Okay.
but I
Okay,
was
but
never
okay, so
banned
you've
from
been
Twitch, right?
suspended from Twitch, but you've never been permanently banned. And you've
Correct.
closed the account. So like theoretically, you could open your account right now and stream on Twitch if you chose to.
That's right.
Okay. And you just don't do that because you just don't think it's lucrative or for whatever other reason, because you can't make any money because you got kicked out of the partner program.
Not even that, because I could reapply and probably get back in.
Yeah.
But number one, once you've been treated like that, why go back to that situation? I'm good on YouTube. I'm doing good on Kick. Why would I go to a situation where at a moment's notice, someone's going to say I did something I didn't do and then shut me down again, right?
Sure.
But in addition, I do have a philosophical problem with Twitch. I do.
Oh.
Like, I've seen over the years.
What do you think about
how
Twitch?
this website?
Yeah.
Sure.
I thought he didn't
when I
watch
started
him.
streaming on
Yeah.
Twitch was for gaming.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that DSP probably watches a lot of the content that people make on him. He just has to,
It
right?
should be a place where this is the place if you're a gamer to be. It's a gaming
Yep.
culture, stream game playthroughs and all of that. And then during the time that I was there, which was around 5 years, I saw this place go to this sharp decline of make money no matter what. Doesn't matter what kind of content it is. Doesn't matter if it's degenerate, slutty content. You
Yeah.
know, the people who are doing sexualized acts on stream and they're on the main page of Twitch, a kid could see that.
Yeah.
And that's what's being pushed on the main page of Twitch. And I see this, I see unfair treatment of streamers on Twitch, where one streamer says and does one thing and is treated incredibly harshly by their team, and another person literally says and does the same thing or worse, slap on the wrist or absolutely no repercussions whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't stand for that at all. That actually gets me so much. I would never stand to make content on a platform
I
like
guess
that.
there are things
that's
been
going
going
to
on
not
for
be
so
fair.
long. Yeah, Twitch has always
Okay,
been kind
I'm sorry.
of.
I can't. I feel like
a
I was
problem.
mistreated in 2021. They are coming down on me, saying that I'm a hateful person, hateful content. What content? Tell me what I did to spurn this reaction. We don't have to legally. Well, then I don't have to.
Do you
use
think
your
he
business.
can?
Fucking based, honestly. Like I'm
I mean,
gonna
it
be
seems
real.
like it seems like he's trying to get off the lolcow chair, but I don't think he can. I don't think he has the ability to.
Have you seen some of the recent Twitch controversies?
Indeed, I have. Yes, I do still follow
me.
some of those. Yes.
Did he shock the dog or not?
It appears he did. I don't know if he did, but it appears he did.
All right, that settles it. Let me think if there's any more of them that have happened recently. Like I think that Twitch, so you don't like how Twitch has turned into kind of like a kind of social, because like, I mean, to be honest, they've nerfed the e-girls a lot. Like all of those girls that used to be in like pools and, you know, like selling bath water and stuff.
No, yeah,
like
they were
I don't
Right,
know.
inflatable pickle Ricks.
Yeah, I know her. Yeah, for sure. That was Asian Bunny and Amaranth. I know. And yeah, they did very well. And so yeah, but now they've been massively nerfed, and you hardly see any of those people doing any well at all. I don't really hardly see them at all. And so Twitch, I think that they kind of got rid of that with a lot of the cases, but you kind of have an ideological problem against Twitch, basically, right?
What he
Absolutely.
said.
Like again, why are there streamers on Twitch that say and do things that you would, that's cancelable, that's actually really bad what they're saying, they're calling action against a group of people or whatever.
Yeah.
And then someone else says something way tamer. Oh, suspension. How is that fair? I just don't understand.
I've been
It seems like
wondering
they have
that for a long time.
Yeah, they have a select group of people that they like, and they have a select group of people they don't like.
I'm
And
aware
that's
of that.
It's that simple.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty bad. I mean, do you see a world where you would ever go back to Twitch? Like, would they have to apologize to you? Like, what do you think it would take?
There is a way that I would go back to Twitch.
Uh-huh.
If Dan Clancy stepped down and there was new management, then I
Wow.
would go back to Twitch.
Wow.
That's about it.
So you want
'Cause
that
I just
guy
have-
gone?
I have no confidence in the people who are
Uh-huh.
running that business that they're doing the right things or will ever change for the better. Like,
Uh-huh.
take a look at the reaction to what happened to TwitchCon.
And it just sounds like
right. They
all
got
right. It just sounds like he's trying to appeal to Asmongold in this thing. Like this is what all of the, people who talk about Twitch say. Does he actually believe that?
Yes.
They essentially have someone there who really doesn't want to be there, but they say, well, you got to kind of be there for the contract. Where's the security? Where is the attention to care for these people who you're making be there because they're your talent?
Yep.
And then what actually have they done in response to what happened at TwitchCon?
Well,
There
they
was a
lied about
public
it.
Apology.
Yeah.
Exactly. First they lied. You're
Yeah.
right. They lied and said it didn't happen like that or whatever. Then they doubled up. Oh, no. Then there's an apology.
Mm-hmm.
Now, didn't this just happen a day or two ago? We did a $100,000
Yes.
donation. Okay, great. But what did you do to solve the problem? Who cares what money you gave? Did you actually change your culture, change the security? I don't care what money you threw because you have big dollars. Fix the fucking problems. Then maybe people will be happy. Why do you avoid the problems? People call them out for this shit all the time, and they don't actually address the problems. So I'm not going to go back.
Yeah, that's
Twitch,
kind of
here's really what
everywhere.
irks me, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
On Twitch, I'm a gamer. I want to stream at good quality. Twitch kept coming to my streams telling me my bitrate's too high. I said, I'm streaming 720p and it's choppy. Oh,
Uh-huh.
your bitrate's too high. What the fuck? are
Oh,
you talking
because you got
about? Then
taken out of the partner program, so you had the shitty bit rate.
Well, this was actually before then. This
Oh,
was
wow.
before there was
Okay.
like bit rates based on that. It was just in general, everyone had the same criteria. So then you would go over to a bigger streamer. They're streaming 1080p, high ass bit rate. No one complains about them, but they come and they yell at me.
Yeah.
Now, recently, I believe you can probably confirm this. Is it true that Twitch finally started increasing their bitrate criteria so you could stream at better quality?
I think that they have it to be like they guarantee an 8K bitrate, but beyond that, it's like you can stream at a higher quality, but they don't guarantee that it will actually like kind of go through. I mean, probably better than I do. Like YouTube bitrate is way better, right? I mean, you can stream at like 15K bitrate, 12K bitrate, and at that point, you're
That's
hitting
right.
diminishing returns anyway. So like that's more than enough.
So the reason I bring this up,
Yeah,
Twitch is supposed to be a site that was around gaming community.
sure.
They were the worst fucking bitrate for the longest time. So if you streamed games on there, they looked like ass. So it was contradictory to what their whole philosophy supposedly was. If I go to YouTube, I can do twice the quality for my audience.
Yep.
Why am I staying on Twitch? It's ass backwards the way they think. And they dodge every issue. They push the issue to the side. We're so sorry that happened. Here's a donation. Did you fix the issue?
Yeah.
Here's a donation.
I hope this isn't the part where they think he was cooking, because this is just the same problems that people have been talking about with Twitch since, I don't know, their inception.
Fuck you, man. I'm not going back there. I'm
So
done.
you're just
Oh,
not
like I
going to
said,
put up with that bullshit. You don't want to deal with that anymore. You're beyond that. That's another point in your life.
I don't need to be walking on eggshells every moment I'm streaming that some idiot mass reported me for something I didn't do and now they're going to suspend me or kick me out. Fuck them. I'm done with that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I streamed Final Fantasy 16 and my bitrate was so bad you could barely even see what was happening. And
Wow.
it was insane. Yeah, like it was like you were playing it on like a Nokia phone or something like that. So yeah, it was just dog shit. I mean, I get it. I totally understand it. Do you mind if I take a second? I gotta use the bathroom.
Go for it.
Okay, all right, give me 1 second. Be right back.
All right. Is he gone? All right, so now I'm going to tell you all what I really think about Asmongold behind his back. He is... I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it.
I thought he was going to cook there.
For real, I just want everyone watching, thank you for watching. I mean, apparently there's great viewership. I don't know. My stream has great viewership. I'm sure Asmon's has pretty good viewership. And the fact that you guys were actually talking to him about getting me on in the last week was really nice of everyone to actually try to give me a chance to talk. I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. Again, whether you like me or hate me, it's all good. Really, it is. It's all good. Just, you know, I just want to do my own thing. I just want to be left alone. I don't want to be in this lolcow circle bullshit that they pull me into every day. And I hope that you'll check out my
I don't care, but I don't want to be a lolcow anymore. Well,
channel if you're interested. If you're not, it's all good. Hope you guys are liking it. My stream, of course, says that it's going good. But I don't know in general what everyone actually thinks. I can only see what my stream chat says. They're having a good time, it seems. So there's 41,000 people watching on Asmongold's stream right now.
yeah, that's
Just
about right.
slightly more
it?
viewership than I usually
Yeah, is that it? Only
That's it.
41,000. Wow,
Dude,
bro, like
you're
we're
only
falling off.
Slightly bigger than me. Just a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit, okay?
I mean, the thing is, Twitch has been dying too. Like the viewership and popularity of the platform has gone down massively. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you're right. Maybe you are right to jump ship, and you're on another platform now, and you're doing relatively well. So you're financially stable. Everything's. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You were talking about Twitch earlier, that you think that it's
Yes.
very profitable to be on Twitch.
Of
correct?
course.
But why do you say that? Because when I was on Twitch, I'm not exaggerating now, I made less per each sub I got. The bits, actually the bits, I guess you get 100% of the bits that they throw you, right? That's true. You do get all the bits.
Technically,
But the
yes.
membership, or the subs, definitely you made half, right? You get half of a sub. On YouTube, you make more. On Kick, you make way more. I don't know why you're saying that it's so much more lucrative to stream on Twitch, because I never experienced that. From my experience,
You think
maybe
you
it's
might have gotten
changed, but
played?
I
It
didn't
sounds like
experience
he's
that. That's
just
another reason why I
gassing
don't
up
see why I would go
Asmongold
back.
right
I don't
here.
see the big financial boon that I would get.
Well, I mean, for me,
The last
back in the day,
time
like,
I
with the amount of
listened
money,
to,
like
Simon.
on my main channel,
All right,
like we
Simon,
were,
we'll
I mean,
talk to you
I hate
later.
to say it, right? I was making on Twitch like a couple $100,000 a month, right? And
Wow.
so yeah, it was a lot of money. And so that was like really not even running ads or anything like that. But and like that's if you do run ads and you know you have people watching, etc. But like it has gone down massively. Like they basically just took a zero off of my earnings, and you know I changed my channel,
Wow.
etc. Right? But like you're right that Kick
Wow.
pays a lot better. So yeah, you've got the
yeah.
the Kick partner program as well, which does extremely well. So
I got a question.
Yeah, but isn't there, like, they say the Kick partner program is doing well, but is it?
For you
go
about
ahead.
that too.
Yes.
Do you think Kick is sustainable and they can keep doing what they're doing? Because man, they are paying well, and I don't know how they're doing it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious how they're doing it. They're using Kick as a loss leader for stake, and then they're paying for it by the losses that people lose in gambling. That's how they're doing it. We're getting
That's
paid from
true.
people that are too stupid to figure out math and play slots. That's how it
Wow.
happens. That's what's happening. Yeah.
And-
I mean, that's hey, that's the way it goes, right? I mean, it's a redistribution of wealth. You don't know how to do math? That's too bad.
I'm just curious how long it's going to keep up. If it is a lost leader,
What do
you know, what's the benefit there for them to keep it going? Do they think it's going to blow up eventually and be the place that will be profitable, or you know?
I think that there's probably like my expectation, and this is what they've said publicly, is that there are some people that maliciously use the Kick incentive program, and in doing so, they will probably kind of remove some people out of it that are, you know, like taking advantage of it or view botting in order to get a higher ratio of payment. And you know, you saw
Wow.
recently people complaining about that. Is
Yeah.
it sustainable? Well, here's the thing, right? Is that in the Bible they're talking about gambling, and we still have gambling. It's not going away. Yeah, it's not going away. We're not going.
Fair enough point.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
like,
good one.
because for a long time I was very, very against gambling.
Sure, the gambling's not going to go away, but that doesn't mean that they'll be able to continue to funnel people in there. If it falls off, then what are they going to do? Keep paying for it? Like, it's not necessarily a fully sustainable thing. Kick itself, it could be. Maybe it gets popular and it goes through the roofs and, you know, replaces YouTube and Twitch, but it could also go the other direction, and then stake could drop them because it's not bringing in the viewership that they want.
And now I don't give a shit. I mean, I've lost the battle. I've lost the war. Like, I don't gamble. I'm not really a big gambling guy. But a lot of other people love to do it. And if they want to do it and then I get paid for it, That sounds pretty good to me. And you're getting paid for it.
So once the money started flowing in, then it doesn't matter that these people are spending all of their money on an addiction that ruins their lives. They're paying me for it. Yeah. Good job on the morals there, bud.
Too.
I am.
Yep.
I'm in the KCIP program. I'm getting the ridiculous amount of revenue from each sub over there.
Yes.
And now there's kicks. So, I'm making bank on it too, to be honest. Because people say to me, why am I on Kick? I only get like 1/3 of the amount of viewership on Kick that I do on YouTube. I'm like,
you probably still make a lot of money on there, right?
Yeah, it's paying decent. It's less of a hassle, even though there's a lot of trolls and stuff that I get on there. It doesn't bother me. Let them talk over there, and hey, if I'm making the money, who cares, right?
Yeah. No, that's my opinion on Kick. I mean, like, I've thought about streaming on YouTube as well. Like, I might talk to them about, like, trying to, like, kind of make it better, especially with, like, the DMCA things that happen and, the auto takedowns. And if they were able to do that and lock that down, I'd probably stream on YouTube also. So, it just really kind of depends. But, yeah, I mean, do you have any other questions for me? Because I've asked you a lot.
Yeah, honestly,
Go ahead.
I don't have much like targeted to you. Like, I know you're a gamer. You're a
Right.
gamer like me, dude.
I am.
And so we have a lot. I think we do have a lot in common, just probably not specific to certain genres of game. But like, to pick your brain, like this year with gaming, how do you think gaming was this year in general? Do you think it was a great year for games? Like I guess you had reacted to the Game Awards nominees. In general, what did you think? Do you think these are good games this year that got in it, or do you think that we're on a downward trend? What do you think there?
I think that gaming right now is better than it ever has been because there are less barriers to entry for people to publish and release video games without having to go through a publisher, a console, or any sort of a like gatekeeping system.
Oof.
So all you
Grum's on Death Watch. So wait, Asmongold's saying that gaming is better than it's ever been. So what are the anti-wokers gonna do now?
really need to do is just be able to make a video game and release it on Steam. So you've had games like Megabonk, for example. Did you play Megabonk?
I did not play Megabonk. People have asked me to do it. I might.
Yeah, it's a good game, right? And so, like, there's a lot of games like that. There's games like Ball Pit, which, I mean, wasn't really an indie game. It was published, but, it was made by an individual guy. And there are a lot of instances where I actually think that, like, did you play Expedition 33?
Oh, yes, I did.
Absolutely. What do you think is Game of the Year?
Okay, I don't want to spoil because I do my own Game of the Year awards at the end of the year, so I'm not going to spoil my audience. But everyone knows that probably top 3 games for me this year were, either Expedition 33, Hollow Knight Silk Song, or this is a big one that no one knows, Blueprints.
Oh yeah, that was the puzzle game. That was an indie game.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you all right? So you've played a lot of those games. I think gaming now is amazing. And
another Game Awards. I guess it's one that he does. There's Game Awards all over the place now.
Video games to play. Like,
I got to look at what time Viper's Game Awards is and see if we can tune into that one too. Make a little stream out of it.
Anybody who's unhappy with video games nowadays, I think, is a retard.
Don't forget Craig. Don't forget about the real Game Awards.
Phil, are you retarded? Are you happy with
I
games?
like Ass Wiper. That's a good one.
A year ago, I became a PC gamer, so now I have a gaming PC and I can play anything I want, and I'm loving gaming right now.
Yes.
This is the best. This is, like I said, best year I've had, bar none, in over a decade.
J
I used to
Viper
be
equals
stuck on
Ass Wiper,
console
yeah.
because I couldn't afford a good gaming PC.
Oh wow!
Now I have one, and it's like the whole new world. The doors have opened.
So you've come out of the cave of being like a console caveman. Yeah, no, it makes it. There's a lot of people that are like that. Honestly, it's very common.
It's awesome, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
I had more fun this year playing every game that was not from a AAA studio than anything I played from a AAA studio. Every game I played that was AAA was like disappointment.
I was ahead of the game. I've been ahead of the game. Sorry, guys. You should have been jumping into indie a long time ago.
Mid, boring, samey shit, not putting effort in. And then the other thing that gets me too is I mean, maybe you don't agree. I think they lie about it. Like Ubisoft just came out there like, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows did really well for us. In what fucking universe?
Well,
Who was
it's
talking about that game.
It's manipulative language.
Anti-woke DSP arc incoming.
So, like, whenever they said Assassin's Creed Shadows did very well, they were including Assassin's Creed Shadows in the blanket statement that Assassin's Creed was doing well categorically as a franchise. And the frame of reference that they were using, like the analytical point they were using, were the amount of people that were logged in and playing the game based off of the amount of hours that they were playing. So it wasn't actually anything about the sales of the game. It wasn't anything about the amount of actual players of the game necessarily. It was like a third level, second order fucking, metric that they were using. And in my opinion, I think it's very obvious, right? If Assassin's Creed was actually doing very well and Ubisoft was doing very well, their stock wouldn't have gone down 90% in 5 years, right? It would have gone back up. Yeah, and it hasn't been going back up because it's a shitty company. I mean, did you play Assassin's Creed Shadows?
For about 10 hours.
We still have no sales for Valhalla, by the way. 2018 game. That is not how it works. Yeah, I 100% agree. Listen, there's this whole
J Squad.
We gotta find. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find.
test. There we can go. So I think I need to replace my cable because it literally just stopped detecting my my microphone, and that's the only thing I could think of that caused it to happen. So we're back. We're back. Nothing like a little nothing like a little technical difficulties for a a war stream, for one of my streams. Let's go look back a little bit, see what's going on.
Obvious, right? If Assassin's Creed was actually doing very well, and Ubisoft was doing very well.
I remember. So anyway, there's this idea that that Ubisoft will just lie to its investors when it says that it's in line with sales for, just under sales for of Valhalla, which was like their best-selling game ever, right? But that's illegal. They can't just say shit like that. Yeah, they might not release the numbers or anything like that, but they're not just gonna flat out say that the game is selling well when it's not. You're talking about mega corporations like Tencent coming after them at that point. It's just a brain dead take. They've been saying, like, was it the success they needed to stop the Tencent deal? No, but it was never gonna be. This is just the same cope that they keep going about. It's just pushing it with no real thought. Asmongold doesn't think or research anything. He just reacts.
Well, their stock wouldn't have gone down 90% in 5 years, right? It would have gone back up. Yeah, and it hasn't been going back up because it's a shitty company. I mean, did you play Assassin's Creed Shadows?
For about 10 hours, I could not stomach it any further, and I deleted it. I had enough. I was so bored.
The appeal.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, if you want me to be honest. Like, I did the same thing. Like, I did a few of them, and then I realized, like, the entire world scaled with you, and there was, like, no real sense of progression. And, like, after you play the game for an hour, you've pretty much played the entire game. And then I just stopped. Yeah, I just lost interest, and I didn't really care.
I also like games that you're supposed to be an assassin, and what you do is you go inside the enemy base and kill like 72 people.
Yeah.
Because that's what assassins do, right? They just wipe out entire armies in one swoop. Very realistic for feudal Japan and how they were doing it back then.
Yeah, right, of course, yeah.
Because with this game, I don't know. Hey, what do you think about the statement that Phil Spencer made a little bit ago? He said, gaming is now in a slump. Like, we're in a decline, a slump, a crash, and that's why, like, our games at our studios aren't doing well. Do you think gaming is in a slump right now?
I think his brand of gaming is. I think that Xbox, like, I mean, if you, I mean, look at like all of the Xbox franchises. Like Doom: The Dark Ages didn't really do extremely well. Like, I don't think it got nominated for anything in the Game Awards even. Like, it was just pretty much released and forgotten instantly because it was bad. You also have Halo, which, like, I mean, I don't know how they still have 343. Like, they rebranded to Halo Studios, but I think a lot of the same people are there. Like, basically, Xbox is, like, in my opinion, I think Xbox has the most consumer-friendly business model. Like, I mean, this is prior to, like, them increasing the Game Pass price by a lot. But besides that, I actually think they have a very consumer-friendly business model. But the problem is that they are also one of these publishers that release these really complex games and these really over-designed games, like these, you know, quote, AAA games, and they're just dog shit. And so I think Xbox having a problem with that is really, I mean, Phil Spencer is right if you're talking about AAA video games. Like, I think he is right. But the problem is, like, a lot of the AAA games they're so involved and they're so over-designed. And I think that they're really designed by committee. And so they're set up basically to fail because you don't have any sort of cohesive vision for them. That's really the reason why I think that it fell apart. And I think that's why Xbox, like, you know, Game Pass, that's why he's saying that about it.
I completely agree with you. It seems like we're in like mind on a lot of this stuff because I hear him say shit like that and I'm like,
he's gassing. He's like, he thinks that, like, he's doing the Smash JT and Grums thing where he's like sucking up to Asmongold to try and get, I guess, more fans. He's looking at his views and being like, I have more people than I've ever had. I need to please this guy.
Dude, you're in charge of a major part of gaming. If gaming's in a slump, Who's responsible?
Yeah, you're
You,
one of the,
dude,
yeah,
you're-
Xbox is one of the biggest ones.
Like, how on earth could he just be like, oh, no, it's gaming is the slump. That's what's going on. Like, dude, just passing the buck. I mean, in truth, if that was the case, we wouldn't have had Expedition 33 selling a ridiculous amount of copies and Silk Song doing well, even though it's a relatively smaller scale game. We have games that are doing well. It's just not the big AAA games anymore. And that's
It's
a good
not your
thing,
games. Yeah,
because
exactly.
competition, right, spurns creativity and spurns improvement. So now the big guys who used to always have the money print for them every year are like, oh shit, it's not printing anymore. Now we have to try again.
Well, they're not able to. It's because the people that work at these studios are fucking incompetent. Like, the executives don't know anything. I think that a lot of the developers and the writers are morons. Like, it's just people that are totally fucking, like, just completely out of it all the way down. Like, I think it's like a structural problem. And that's why you see new studios, like what you were saying, like Standfall Entertainment or any of these other ones that are doing very well. And
Yeah,
I think
mean,
that
it's
really
just,
you have, like, it's the same studio like Warhorse Studios that made Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Also a very successful studio. Many of these studios do great, and that's fine. But I think that a lot of them kind of, there's like a, I think it's like a corporate entropy where you just keep adding more and more people to the project, and it ends up, like, basically turning it into, like, this immovable mass. And I think that's what happened with, like, Assassin's.
Okay. So there's a thing that happens, like, this isn't necessarily true, right? I do think there is bloat currently in the industry thanks to COVID, and that's why a lot of these things, and I do agree it's harder to steer a ship when people don't know it, but there were companies that once it got in EA's hand and it became about making the money and not about the game itself, pushing deadlines and forcing these game companies into other things, they were killed, and they still weren't big studios yet. Yeah, sure, they got a higher end of more people, but it's not the same as what he's saying, where they've gotten this huge stuff that's gotten into is, like, still a fairly new thing.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's what's happened with, like, a number of other games, like Star Wars Outlaws or Dragon Age Veilguard or something like that. I mean,
Starfield has an infamous story where a game dev who no longer works there said they needed a chair designed for a cutscene, and literally had to submit the request for the chair to a department to design the chair, but then had to get 2 department sign-offs to get the chair design, and then they had to wait like 2 months. So their work was held up for 2 months to get a fucking chair made for a scene. How is that game development? Like,
well, it's not. I mean, did you play Starfield?
It's awful.
It's a
so
piece of
boring.
shit. Absolute piece of shit game. Yeah, I played it a lot, and I hated it. I hated, like, I'd say, like, 95% of playing the game, and I played it for, like, 70 hours.
It's like someone... what I say now about these modern companies, what they're doing is, they got a good original game. They got a Fallout, or they've got an old Assassin's Creed, right? But the people who made it aren't there anymore. So what happens is the new team, they put that game down on a photocopier, and they photocopy it. Then they got to make another one. So they take the photocopy of the photocopy, and they photocopy that. So what happens is the quality of each copy goes down, 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 and now, oh, let's play Starfield. It's the hot new Bethesda game. What the fuck is this? It plays nothing like anything that I liked from Fallout or Elder Scrolls. How did they fuck this up so bad? Because these aren't the same people.
Yeah, Starfield was made by vets and gamers and modders hired, and they never want to talk about that. No, they don't. Like, it's the post where you've got the blue-haired people, and they're like, this is what's ruining gaming, and I'm like, this is the chick who literally made Morrowind. These people are like the titans in their field. There was a lot of bad decisions they were made with Starfield. I agree. It's an IP nobody internally wanted to work on, clearly, and also did not fit the Bethesda format. Agree. They were trying to use the Bethesda system for a space game because they, and it got a lot of, like, praise for the idea of something different from Bethesda, but, like, in execution, it was terrible. Like, they marketed it as many times as they will say they didn't. They marketed it like it was going to be No Man's Sky. And then after that, they realized, well, maybe it's not going to be, so we should try and backtrack that. And I think that's a big portion of it. And yeah, it doesn't fit. Like, who wants to go on a square map where there's nothing, where, other space games have done it better?
Their talent's gone. They're just copying what their predecessors did.
Are you familiar with
It
the
sucks.
metaphor of like the ship of Theseus?
Oh God.
Have you ever heard of that?
Remind me. I have, but it's not coming to mind right
Okay,
now.
so basically it's the question of if you replace every single board except for one board on a ship of the original
Yes.
ship, is it still the ship that it originally was? Is it still the ship of Theseus? And I think that's what's happened with a lot of these studios, is that the only person that's still working there, that was working there whenever they made good games, is the janitor.
Yeah, but that's absolute bullshit lie. There are still, many titans, veterans of Bethesda that are working there. He has no proof of this. He's just saying it. Sure, they probably get Todd to pressure his teams, but Lord, there's always that thing with big companies where there's a lot of pressure coming down. It gets even worse once you start to get in, like Bethesda being bought out by, who was it, Microsoft, and all of that stuff. Now there's even more pressure coming down, because not only does Microsoft need it to make money, but so does Bethesda, so Microsoft doesn't close them down, and all of that kind of stuff that goes with it. But are we going to not talk about the remake that was fucking amazing, that they shadow dropped on everybody? So if the whole team is gone and that was remade and loved, is it really that it's bad? Yeah, they also got out Indiana Jones, right?
And everybody else, everybody else is gone. So, yeah, no, I think you're totally right about that. And I think it's probably going to keep getting worse, too, if you want me to be honest. Like, a lot of these studios, I think that the way they hire people is embarrassing. I think that just in general, like, the kind of people that they bring on the teams, like, you're a bit older than I am, but, like, I hate the people that are around my age, like, I'm 35, like, that make video games, like, that quirky millennial dog shit. Oh, my God, I hate it so much. And it's just so fucking cringe. And now they're writing video games. Makes me crazy.
Do you honestly think that Bethesda will ever put out another good game again?
No. Of course not. Like, no, I mean, like, the thing is that they already fucked up. I think they fucked up with Fallout, the recent Fallout. They fucked up with Starfield.
Which recent Fallout? 76? 76 is doing incredibly well right now. It's not dead. 76 is making them a lot of money right now. The 8-year-old game. Oh man. Let's hold on. Oh God. Yeah, the show came out, critically loved. I gotta. It's like, do you even pay attention to gaming? Like, yeah, it absolutely bombed coming out of the door, and it's absolutely, to me, what I would consider a terrible game. Let's see. DB. But they're making fucking bank off of that. Yeah, it peaked at 76. They're keeping about 11. The 11,000 is what it peaked at today, and it's doing 6,000. That's not fucking bad. And you can see. Hold on, I'll bring it up. You can see, and of course this is Steam charts. You can see in 2024 where it just fucking went crazy. Like, are you kidding? Like it's even up. Yeah. It was the 2024 was the year. They're making money off of the microtransactions. The people who are playing it are buying the microtransactions. So like this idea that it's they're failing, It's going to pop up again when season 2 comes out, probably. Um, it's just like he has no idea. He just says stuff. We all know that there's still people that have been to Bethesda for years. We all know that there are people that 76 is still making them money. It's actually on sale right now. It's we just talk. We just talk.
Like, I mean, they're gonna make Elder Scrolls 6 good. I don't really see, like, why would anybody think that? I mean, again, now I'm looking forward and I'm hoping to be wrong, but the fact is that their formula for doing things it's dated. It's a dated formula, and I don't really see them being able to innovate.
This guy has no idea how the industry works. He has no idea how games are made. I mean, I think there's problems with the Bethesda engine. You can talk arguments about the engine being old, about this and that, but we don't know what they're changing right now. Yes, Starfield didn't go the way they wanted it to. But does that mean that the other game is going to be a failure? Who knows? Because it's old, nobody at Bethesda talented is there, also dated. Because it's all old people, maybe. I don't know. Asmon needs to educate himself more. Well, he doesn't. The thing is he doesn't, because people would just believe what he says.
I think that the best thing that
he does need to, so he's giving correct information, but these are dog shit
they've done
takes.
in the last 10 years is re-release something that they did 20 years ago. That's not very good.
Right. And their revenue stream, sadly, when something like Starfield fails, is, oh, let's just do some more expansions for Fallout 76 or Elder Scrolls Online. It's like,
oh yeah, I
this
didn't even
whole
think of
formula
Elder Scrolls
of now
Online.
every game that's going to be profitable has to be this constant
Like a live
seasonal
service,
content,
yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, I'll say I used to download a shit ton of mods to Skyrim. So 76 is handled by Bethesda Austin. I did not know that. So I mean, they just add something. You don't think that they have stuff on the pipeline for 76, that they just keep it dead until something fails? Like, what are we talking about?
The live service. It's not.
Oh, is it ZeniMax Entertainment? My bad. I didn't even know that. So I was wrong there.
It's killing gaming. And somehow we're not realizing this. Like, the best games of the year aren't live service games ever.
Yeah.
So why are we, like, rewarding these games? Why are we sinking billions of dollars into GTA Online when...
Absolutely disagree with that statement. COD is still a powerhouse. CSGO is still a powerhouse. World of Warcraft does its thing where you can say it's fallen off. Look at Arc Raiders just came out running, making huge numbers. It's a live service game. There are good live service games that are out there. It's just there's a lot of slop out there too that has failed for live service. It just all depends.
It took so long for GTA 6 to come out. That's why it took so long to come out. And it's still not out.
It's one of the reasons, I mean, I think for sure. Like, I don't hate live service games category.
They communicate with lore at Bethesda properly, but about it. Funny enough, ESO, for its 10 plus years of life, now has not made any new content on Hammerfall since 2016. Holy shit. Honestly, worst thing about Elder Scrolls 6 not being out is it's holding that up. Fair enough. Yeah, like MOBA Rush, Battle Royale Rush. Yeah, the live service games are out there that are making bank. And there are new ones coming out that are making bank. People are starting to, at least in the independent side, find the formula for particular things and make games that they love. Like, you can make a live service. Arc shows us that, and it be successful. Will they continue to have success? That's yet to be seen. We'll see what happens after the playing. but there are tons out there that just make bank, and they're still making bank. So yeah, brain dead take.
But I think that you're right that a lot of companies do kind of fall victim to falling for the idea of, oh, we'll just make the game live service. And I think what happens really is that
it's not that they just decide to make the game live service. They're chasing the live service make, because if you make one banger on a live service, you're making money forever. Yeah, it doesn't happen very well. It doesn't happen very much. You talked about them turning a game into live service. It was a lot more common a while back, and that they started, studios that were not live service studios. They were pushing to make live service games, and things like that. But let me think here. It's not just something that they decide to do with a game. They usually, the idea of chasing the live service comes first, and then they choose something to try and chase live service with. A lot of times it's something popular.
Video games, it costs like $300 million to make the game, so you're just realistically not going to make that money back through just like box sales. So like they have to kind of basically I don't know, reinforce the sales with battle passes or with pre-order bonuses or with expansions or DLC or like free bundles, or not free, but like paid bundles and like gotcha characters and stuff like this. So I think that's what happens, right? Is they run out of money that they can make, just like from like, basically it's like, you're gonna at most sell like maybe 3 million copies of this game. Well, 3 million times like 60 even, right? That's 180 million. So like if and that's assuming that you make 100% of the profit, which you're obviously not going to. But like even if you do, and your game's $300 million, okay, well you're still like over $100 million down. So yeah, I think that's what happens. Is that these companies, they're too big to succeed.
Exactly. They've grown too big for their own britches. They spend too much, and then, gee, I wonder why it took so long for that game to come out, and then it's inferior. Oh, now we didn't make the money. Well, you should have just made a good game that didn't take $300 million. And then maybe, what really I love about this year, Claire Obscure being so good.
Yeah.
And it's former game devs from Ubisoft who said, fuck Ubisoft, this company sucks, and they left and made a better game than Ubisoft could ever put out. It just blows my mind, and I'm happy for that. I want more of that, for sure.
I think more of them should leave.
Arc Raiders is a very similar story. Devs from DICE, that pretty much the whole dev team almost from DICE, going and leaving and going. I think I have better stone. Let's do this, and you, because I have stone crafters on here. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I totally agree with you. I hope that it continues. I really do. And I think that it will also. I think that people are just tired of playing the same old, like boring, played out slop. And I felt this way. I don't even know about some of these other games that recently have come out. Like I enjoyed like maybe like one or like two like really like decent games. Like I like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, even though it was hard for me to get into it. But like other than that, a lot of these other games, I just really couldn't get into them because I thought they were garbage. Like even and like honestly, I would even say Monster Hunter Wilds I think had development problems. And it's like I hope Capcom doesn't have that happen. But like now, I mean, did you play Dragon's Dogma 2?
I played Dragon's Dogma 2, but that was before I was on PC. It didn't run too well on console, and I had a lot of problems with it because of that, so I kind of dropped it after a bit.
Yeah, it didn't really want to run on PC either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not really. I mean, like, unless you had, like, a super, like, I mean, I have a really expensive computer, so, like, obviously I was able to run it, but, like, people had tons of performance issues. And so, like, now Capcom's, like, they've had, like, Dragon's Dogma 2 not do well, and also Monster Hunter Wilds not doing well. That doesn't look very good, right? Doesn't look very good at all.
Wow.
So yeah, I think that even big studios like that are having it happen, which is like Capcom, I would say, is like one of those gold standard companies, right? And
Yeah,
I think
sure.
that like what really happened is that like I always go back to this one point where Elon Musk fired 80% of people on Twitter and the website didn't change. And I think that really goes to show, and like what your story was with Starfield, that really goes to show where their priorities are. And I think that it's just like a corporate entropy where they just hire more middle management. Middle management hires more people to manage the middle managers. And then there's just so many of them that before you know it, that's the end.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I completely agree. Wow. We are of like mind on gaming, man. Like, seriously, like everything you're saying, I've said on my streams too.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty cool.
If you
it's
play
cool to have
games,
this conversation.
No, I appreciate it.
Do you want to know the truth, man?
Yeah.
Can I drop a little bomb here?
Sure.
I don't get to have these fucking conversations because everyone hates me for no reason. All right? Everyone literally fucking hates my guts. I can't get anyone to have a normal conversation about anything because all they ever want to talk about is WWE champions and e-begging and this drama shit. This is a fun conversation, and I would love to have these kind of conversations. So thank you for allowing me to have a little bit of fun today without just having to talk to my viewers. Having to talk to someone else, another creator, is awesome. It is really a great experience.
Sure. I mean, like, I'll probably be bringing back a podcast that I'm doing sometime soon, and maybe you can come on that, right? And we can get you know, some of your opinions on gaming. I think that could be fun. What do you think about that?
Woo, buddy. Simon, that was something. So he admits everyone hates him, but how does that work when he... I don't know, Egad. It's a mystery. All of oh boy, my viewership. Yeah, it's what DSP thinks. Oh man. Well, with that, guys, we're gonna call it a night. Yeah, it's the cord. I'm gonna have to get a new one ordered before this weekend if I can. Maybe I'll go out and find one. This game was made for this stream. The wolves howling is sadness. This game was made for this stream. That it was. If you haven't liked the stream, like the stream on your way. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are at 100, working our way. Well, 109. It says 110, but I lost my first sub ever, and it broke my heart. But go ahead and sub, hit the bell. We will see if I can. Hello. If I can get my mic cord taken care of, we'll be streaming on Friday. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.